Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Twisted Minds 1v1 Rocket League tournament. Winner takes all. I am joined here by Altruism. Yo, Altruism, how are you doing tonight on this fine evening?
Hey, Lucid. I'm doing very well, I must admit. This is our second night of the weekend. Obviously, we had last night's tournament, which was crazy. So many late games, some late overtimes, amazing skills coming out there. And then we've got the second tier here tonight. And then, of course, on Tuesday, our upper tier. Man, this whole weekend is just like Rocket League in my eyes.
Definitely, this would definitely be RLCS X1v1s for SA. This, the hype that this brings. I see so many people in this chat ready to watch some fantastic Rocket League.
Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. Welcome, guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm excited to see it. So now we've got 6 players. 2, unfortunately, had to pull out at the last second. We're not going to be seeing Zero or Arceon, 2 very well-known players in the Rocket League scene. Instead, we've got 6 other people fighting it out for quite a nice amount of credits here at the top. Do you want to tell us about the prize?
Yeah, winner first place will walk away with the big hefty credit bonus of 1,200 credits. Go buy yourselves a nice pair of wheels, even a painted Fennec. That's up to you. Second place gets 500 credits. Still, you can go buy yourself a hefty good boost, some wheels. You can even share with your friends. Buy them.
You can buy a
something
normal
nice,
Fennec for that.
Yeah,
That's
true. Fennec prices are going crazy with the new Epic players coming to the game. And then last and finally, we have third place going for 300 credits.
So half of the people here are going to be walking away with something. And that's the beauty of this tournament, guys, is if you're unaware, every one of the 3 pools that we have has its own prize pool. So the players who played last night, the platinum to diamond level players, were able to take home their winnings as well. Tonight we got the second tier, and then of course the grand champs coming through on Tuesday. Tonight going to be fighting it out. Our 6 people are Josho, Hemflow, Offset, the Joker, Crypt, and Atom. Atom and Josho, because of the 2 absent players, going to be going straight through to the semi-finals, and they're going to be joined by the winners of our first round. We got 2 games there for you tonight, and then we're going to get through to semi-finals and the finals coming through at the end, where we'll see who gets each of those different amounts of credits.
I am most definitely very excited for the first game we have here, which is Hemflow versus Offset, 2 very well-known players in the competitive scene, making a real come up in ones and trying to really prove their skill here. I am so excited to see this.
So I've got to ask you, last night we saw some nice skills, a lot of the dribbling skills coming out there from those last players. Some nice aerial control. Tends to be a couple overcommits here and there, but I mean, that's ones for you. What are you most excited to see from the players themselves, or the mechanics that you think that these guys could bring to the field?
I really do feel like they're not going to be so ground-based as they are higher ranks, and they can pull off these fancy shots with consistency, and they really get behind the power of the ball. So I feel like we're going to get a lot of power shots here, a lot of really smart plays, feeling out the opponent, baiting in fakes, flicks, a lot of like really niche plays.
I like that. We saw last night dominated more by the consistent basics coming out on top. Someone like Rascal, who can bang it down with the power shot the whole distance of the field when they see that their opponent's out. Just, you put it hard, you put it long, put it accurately, you get the goal. Simple as that. Tonight we're going to need to see a little bit more, because the defense and the positioning probably going to be a lot better from the players here tonight. And I think one thing that was lacking in last night's games that really could be prevalent here today is going to be those wall plays, being able to take it up the wall and either get a shot into the center, get a backboard read, even maybe a couple of air dribbles, or dare we say it, the flip resets. I'm guessing flip resets will more likely be on Tuesday when we get to those high ranks. But still, a lot of aerial play just gives you another dimension to work with.
Yeah, definitely. If you can pull it off properly and execute it and have the mechanical skill to just dribble the ball like a ballerina in the air, you can throw your opponent off very easily. And I've seen it in practical 1s games, 2s games, 3s games. People just aren't ready for a really good air dribble.
I think it's because it's so unpredictable. If someone's doing the edge dribble right, the whole point is that you can hold it up and get more touches than your opponent expects. And that's why something like the musty flicks that we've been seeing coming out from people, they just catch you by surprise because you go, okay, their car's out of control. They're too far away from the ball to get a decent touch. I can go for this. And suddenly they're in the air getting an extra touch once you've committed. It's so powerful once you start to unlock these higher tiers of skills once you've been practicing them for so long. We did see last night, though, people trying to execute some advanced techniques and not coming out right, though.
Yeah, some players, I feel like the aerial aspect in this game mode at this rank will definitely be beneficial to some of these players. And a player like Offset, being a really heavy-minded player on the field, he baits out the enemy, and I've personally played against him in once. He's a very, very solid player, and Hemflo will have to bring his A game here and be as consistent as he possibly can to take this win.
On the other side, we've got representing the MLGC, the guys who are backing this tournament here and bringing you this action here. Our producer coming through, S Falcon, big shout out to him as we get started in tonight's action. Thanks for all that they've done for this tournament. And Offset going to be coming from their team to represent them and show us what they can do and what's going on in those sort of academy teams that they're building up there. It's going to be interesting to see how these two go. First game, we had kind of two stories yesterday. We had the very high-scoring games where they just unleashed everything that they could and saw what their opponents could deal with. Or there was the more tentative, low-scoring games where they were more careful about not giving away goals rather than scoring them.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a slightly less scoring game, but if the players can feel each other out, I feel like game one will be a semi-high scored game. But also, if the players play correctly, they can minimize the goals scored on them.
And that's what it comes down to, is creating more opportunities for yourself than your opponent has and making sure that those opportunities stick, finding the back of the net on an open ball. We're going to see how it comes out in the beginning. It actually bumps away towards the blue net, and there is going to be a chase from both the players, neither one having a lot of boost, but Offset doing a great job straight away. And here's the wall plays straight away that we see the ground pinch comes through, but Hemflo managing to rotate around very, very nicely and going to actually be able to turn this into an opportunity, but gets out-jumped by Offset.
Offset taking it to the orange corner here, looking for possession, looking for where his enemy player is, and he sees Hemflo challenging. Hemflo wins the challenge very neatly into the blue side as Offset has to scurry. A fake from Hemflo will put him out of the game, but sadly not yet, as Hemflo gets another 50 going into the orange net, and Offset will sadly lose the 50 back to the middle.
A nice attempt by him. He had the opportunity to try to get there, and he does get the 50, but the 50 doesn't pop off just as well as he wanted. Now this demo could be the opportunity that he needs. Decides to not take it off the wall, really favoring coming back down the wall and picking it up. Gets a flip backwards to try to stay in position. Has managed to hold it. Hemflo hasn't done enough, but Offset has missed the side of the goal. He's created all the opportunity, had everything that they needed. Now has to make something else happen as he tries to flick it towards the center. Gives it up to Hemflo, who doesn't have a lot of boost, but does have a nice grab on this ball. Gonna try and fake this out. Maybe gets the 50, but is now stuck in the back of the net. Offset just has to put it down the field. Has managed to do so, and that's gonna be our first goal here in our first game.
Very well played there by Offset, taking time, knowing that it's not potent towards his own net, just easily gliding the ball from his side to the opponent's side. Knew Hemflo couldn't touch that, and it's 1-0 to Offset here.
It's a good way to start it out, and you can see both of them trying to take some opportunities. Offset just not securing his one chance there that he managed to get. Again, not confident to chip it up off the wall, and very lucky that this is going wide as it gets jettisoned back down to his side of the field. Hemflo very good at these clears, and again, Offset not wanting to chip it off the wall, instead taking it down, and now gets bumped out of position. Hemflo's got up on his car. He gets the flick. It's very high. It's over the top. Is Hemflo going to be able to go for another shot? Doesn't manage to get it and gets taken out by the 50.
Hemflo looking very, very dangerous in these 2 minutes of the game. Hemflo manages to get it, and he will put it away. 1-1 in the series, 3 minutes left. Unfortunate 50 there from Offset, unluckily missing the ball.
And that was good positioning by Hemflo, realizing that they couldn't rotate out, and so they needed to stick around. What most people tend to do is they end up driving in a circle to try and stay mobile, but around. and he just parks his car, manages to get the nice 50, gets the half flip afterwards, and could sink this one as well. Does manage to read it off the wall, curves around. Hemflo is back in this game now with the advantage.
Hemflo just beating Offset on the kickoffs here, playing a very good kickoff game here. He is one of, I think, 2 kickoffs so far out of the, I think, 3-4 kickoffs from Offset.
And that's what so much of yesterday's games came down to. Ooh, this shot coming in. Really nice attempt coming out from Hemflo, but he's committed without the boost. The speed from Offset, luckily surviving that goal attempt, but managing to execute it well and level up the scores.
These 2 players going neck and neck, really trying to figure each other out, and they are finding weaknesses here and there, but they really need to exploit it more if they want to have an advantage in this game. Hemflo looking really strong on the kickoffs here, as Offset will come and win the kickoff straight into the orange half. Hemflo with a really good touch there, giving possession to Offset, but gets it right back as Offset takes another shot, and it's unfortunately high in the crossbar. Offset takes another shot, but Hemflo is there to save it as he goes back to his orange left corner, gets boost and has the possession. Offset steals all the boost and pinches it across his own net as he looks for an offensive attack.
Hemflo is doing such a good job of positioning, and a risky play to play back towards his own net. No, he messes it up. He actually ends up scoring on himself. Offset going to be able to be there to save him a little bit at the end from the embarrassment of the own goal. But Hemflo had the right idea, but executed that second touch a little bit too far towards his own goal and just can't clear it out. Offset really punishing on any mistake so far.
Yeah, Hemflo definitely didn't want that jump to affect what he wanted to do there, but unfortunately it came in at the wrong time and it cost him. And oh, Hemflo not backing out of this game just yet, and he will equal it 3-3, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
That's brave. Offset, I'm guessing, when Offset got that side boost, they thought that Hemflo was probably going to drop back a little bit, considering Hemflo didn't actually have any boost, got the single little boost pad. And so for Hemflo to come forward like that wasn't a very aggressive challenge with that such a disadvantage. Going to be trying again here. Wave dashes off the wall, but not towards the ball. Just realizes maybe can't be too aggressive against Offset. Doesn't need to be though. Chips it up towards their side. I'm going to be trying to take it down. Controls it up, but doesn't have it on top of his car. And the 50 sends it all the way down to the orange half.
Hemflo here getting possession of Offset's clear. Offset with a high shot, does not manage to get the double touch. Hemflo with the clear, it's not strong enough. Offset taking it back to his left corner here, looking for possession and an attack. He tries to bait in Hemflo. Hemflo doesn't bite, tries to go for a flick. He wins the 50. Sadly, does not have enough boost or momentum to hit that into Hemflo's net. Hemflo gets a really good clear here, backing off on Offset. And Offset will get the boost and the possession advantage.
Well, it's a nice position on the wall. Could get that late flick. Actually pops it up as he hits the ground. Going to be able to turn around, put more pressure on it. It's going to be wide for now, but Hemflo's under a lot of pressure on how to clear this out. Offset sitting dead still right in front of him, shadowing him out, knowing he has the boost advantage, but Hemflo does well enough. In fact, chips it all the way long field, gets the bump as well. Offset's going to be hard pressed to try to turn this around, gets one touch on it, gets a second and pushes it to the side. What an incredible bit of defense coming out there. Hemflo still wants to keep on this pressure, but Offset in a bad position, no boost, sitting against the onslaught of Hemflo.
Offset was definitely a sinking duck in that situation, but he made the best of it, and he showed that he is not getting counted out of this match just yet, as he wins off an unlucky challenge from Hemflo, and that will capitalize on Hemflo's net. 4-3 in the series, 37 seconds left.
Man, that's patience and composure coming out from Offset. Was under so much pressure for so long and then still holds it well enough to get that 50, jumps a little bit higher, catches Hemflo out of position and turns it around. Once he won that one challenge in 40 seconds, thankfully he just had to win everyone beforehand as well, and he does it.
Yeah, Offset looking like a very strong player here, does not outstep his boundaries, knows what he can do where, and knows what he's capable of here, and he's showing us that he's here to stay. He's here and he's winning this game by 1 goal because of his consistency, and he's just playing like the better player at this point. And Offset tries to go for the bomb, doesn't quite get it, but Hemflo just overjumps it, and that will be in Hemflo's net. Offset winning by another goal.
Man, Offset carried that on the top of his car for so long that Hemflo knew that they could pop it at any stage. And so Offset actually realizes Hemflo has the high shot covered, just decides to go low, goes for that bump, doesn't actually need the bump, and just fakes it out with that. Means that Hemflo not going to be coming out the victor in our first game. Offset doing enough work to come out here. It is a best of 3, guys, so there is still a chance, of course, for Hemflo to come back, but Offset with composure to spare.
Yeah, I was saying that these players might use the aerials a bit more and their skill advantage and mechanics to win the game, but sadly I'm not seeing any of that, so I might be wrong, but I'm seeing a very, very strong and good ground-based game here from Offset.
You know, an aerial play is a very high risk, and so you tend to only want to do it when you've got a really good chance of making it work. We talked about it yesterday, where you don't want to try to do the air dribble when the person's securely safe in net. You want to do the air dribble when the person's desperately trying to come back and only has one shot. If you can then bump it at the last second, you can really put them out of their rotation. But so neither of them really overcommitting to the aerials, which is nice to see. We have seen them go up a little bit on the one attempt there. Offset, I think, was beaten by Hemflo in the one challenge, which ended up in a goal. But other than that, not really anything coming out of there. Instead, both of them just using the dribbles, because when something goes wrong on a dribble, it's easier to recover, easier to rotate back, and then get another challenge in.
I'm seeing Offset use a lot of this possession, and he's using it to bait in Hemflo. Hemflo cannot, in a sense, he cannot read it, and it's working very well for Offset, as Offset here wins the kickoff, forcing Hemflo to look for boost, as Offset gets the 100 and takes it straight back to his own half, getting the 100 boost and the clear. Not very visual of where Hemflo is. Hemflo looking for a demo, sadly does not get it. Hemflo refusing to back off here, as Offset will get the boost and the possession, beating Hemflo, and Hemflo sadly could not get the 50, and Offset 1-0 up in the series.
Man, Offset had control of that from the beginning, slowed it down at the right times, cut off the wall here to bring it towards the center. Hemflo trying to get the rotations around and trying to match the pace the whole way. But once Offset took off, then he carried on and maintained that pressure the whole way, made Hemflo dial for it, and that beautifully late kickoff just shuts down the aggression instantly.
Offset being a cheeky man here and not respecting Hemflo whatsoever as he plays it super slow. Hemflo has nothing he can do there, and that is straight into zone net.
Oh man, that's a high risk play. If they get a nice chip over the top of you, you don't have the time to react to it, but manages to shut it down and puts it straight back. Has to work hard for the first goal, but doesn't have to work hard at all for the second. Just has to play smart. Has a chance for a third here. Actually is going to get it.
I saw Hemflo was definitely out of boost here, and there was nothing. He tried very hard to get that ball out, sadly missing the double touch dunk on Offset, and Offset just capitalizing on Hemflo's mistake.
That's the pressure that Offset is putting on. As soon as he gets trapped in that corner and Hemflo doesn't have a good clear, Offset is sticking around, making sure to put that pressure on and keep it going. Offset now actually going to come out in a good trade here. Again, going for the patient play. Picks up all the boost, gets it on top of the car, and so can flick it high, flick it well, and get the extra touch.
Offset just showing that he's the better mechanical player here, more consistent, even using his ground play here, and the flicks just baiting in Hemflo. Hemflo just couldn't handle the flick, and he just wasn't in the better position for it.
And it's just a good heads-up play and a good strategic play. When you think of how Offset is thinking about this match, they're going, how far can Hemflo managing to get the goal back? Really nice kickoff goal there. But most of the time it's Offset just going, at what point does Hemflo become dangerous? And then they play just outside of that range, so that Hemflo has to come forward a little bit, maybe overcommit, and then there's a pop over the top, or just a 50 that goes either way. But Hemflo just really struggling to control the possession and therefore the pacing of this game.
Yes, Offset looking very dangerous here, definitely threatening Hemflo. Hemflo is trying his very best here, but just isn't. He's throwing a ball at a wall, or a paper at a wall, and he wants it to stick, but it's not sticking here. All his basics are, and it looks like they're falling apart here, and Offset is running another goal in here. You can't let this man keep doing this.
And that one wasn't amazing mechanical skill coming from Offset. He just got to the ball first, and it was a heads-up play to not hesitate at all. Hemflo's got a chance now, gets a touch towards the center, but the massively fast rotations come out from Offset to be able to get that. Offset a touch here, maybe a little bit too hard. Oh, the nice air dribble, but well fended off from Hemflo. Now Hemflo's got an attempt, doesn't manage to get the clear nicely. Offset going to put it towards the goal, and again, one mistake from Hemflo is all that Offset needs.
6-1 in the series. There is a availability of a comeback here. 3 minutes 37. I feel like Hemflo has the ability to come back, but he needs to find himself in this game. He needs to center himself. He needs to refresh himself mentally, physically. He needs to work on his consistency. As Offset here, winning the kickoff, getting the 100 boost, taking as much time off the clock as he can, looking for another flick. Hemflo sadly caught out of position and could not get to that. Offset 7-1 in the match. 3 minutes 30 seconds left.
And if you look at the way that Offset just slows it down here, Hemflo is actually the one doing more ground, covering more distance and playing at a faster pace, but in the wrong places. You know, it's charging forward when they don't need to be, or Offset just slowing it down and reading the game a little bit more at this stage. And we do get our Brazil scoreline. This could be a quick end to the Brazil as Offset is going to rotate around. Hemflo nowhere to be seen, is going to charge backwards. Actually does get a nice bump, gets the second one as well. And so Offset coming backwards here, tries desperately and valiantly and successfully, in fact, to guard it in the beginning. Hemflo just relentless though on that attack, means that eventually gets the one little touch over the top to get that slow goal.
Hemflo just overpowering Offset here. He couldn't find his thoughts here on what he wanted to do because Hemflo was just on top of him all the time. He just had nothing to do, and Hemflo overpowered that 50 and sadly just went into Offset's net. Offset couldn't do much here, winning the kickoff. Offset looking for possession on this. I think he's going to go for a shot. No, Hemflo's there to save that. And Hemflo winning the big 50 into the corner. Offset very low on boots, looking for the 100 here. He gets it off. Hemflo in a very tricky position here. And Offset will get lucky and unfortunately beans the open net as Hemflo gets possession, taking it back to the orange half.
Offset actually put himself in a very uncomfortable position. And now, there we go, Hemflo. That's what we like to see. The great flip to put Offset into a really bad position, has to make a crucial, very high save here, does the best that they can, pops it straight up, and Hemflo has the presence of mind to follow it in afterwards. And so, scoreline slowly being chipped away here for Orange, but a long way to go before Hemflo takes this game.
Yes, Hemflo definitely doing a very good job with that flick there, baiting an Offset, making it very uncomfortable for him to get the save here, and he just couldn't do anything about it. As Hemflo here gets possession, Offset lurking for that challenge, is very aggressive, goes back to the orange half. Hemflo needs to get boost here, he needs to find possession, as you'll get it, but Offset sadly there to block that. Hemflo taking the blue boost at the back right corner. Offset here busy looking for any kind of leverage to get it out of his net, sitting on only 12 boost. Hemflo is non-relenting, and this might be a goal for Hemflo, but he sadly does not get the touch he wants, as Offset has possession, but then Hemflo gets it back.
It was good play from Offset considering the lack of boost, and Hemflo going to drop this down super easily, going to try for an extra touch, does actually manage to do enough, saves that original mistake, and is now going to try to turn this around, doesn't get as hard of a shot as would have liked, going to have to come back with no boost, gets the bump instead, and that's a good enough shot, just has to rotate around. Offset had to do all the goaltending without boost, and this time it's going to be Hemflo's job to do. Offset still sticking around, trying to get this in, needs one chip towards the center, gets it up on the car, has been very potent with these flicks, but drops it down and has to go for the 50.
Offset looking to claw his way to victory here. I feel like he's going to try and keep this and run down time on the clock. He only needs 1 minute of holding this score line and he will be victorious. As Hemflo looking for possession here. He counts out Offset and he gets the open net. 7-4, 1 minute left. I feel like the comeback is available.
Yeah, Hemflo's showing the patience that they needed to. You know, that scattered play everywhere style that we were talking about at the beginning of the game when he was losing all the goals is certainly not the pace that he's playing at now. Really just setting it up to Offset and making Offset, giving him the space to do the challenges, but always in control, making sure to not give away any of those goals, any extra goals that he would have to then try and counter out. This one, though, could be dangerous. Jumps up high. The great rotation comes out from Hemflo to shut this down, and now he's got an opportunity. He has to make this one count. Bangs it a long way down. Has to get this backboard read. Offset jumps too high. Hemflo's not going to be able to get up to it. Still Offset jumps into a dangerous position, puts it back towards his own net. Has to try and get some sort of pinch out. Hemflo is there, but Offset just creates an extra barrier there that Hemflo hasn't been able to get past yet.
Hemflo with another shot, sadly does not make the connection to the net. Offset low on boost here, gets bumped by Hemflo. Hemflo looking to be the more potent man on boost here, as he will pick up another 100 pad here, looking for possession. 23 seconds left, can he do it? Offset looking very, very patient here as he gets a very good clear into the orange half. Hemflo is struggling to find a way out of his own half here, as Offset is relentless and challenging and will continuously put the ball back in the orange half. And a try for a double touch, sadly does not find it. Hemflo, 3 seconds left. Can he find one more goal at least to pad his fall here? Sadly does not look like he will, and Offset will secure game 2.
Man, it changed. The pace of the game changed in that last half, and it was lovely to see Hemflo coming through with that life to try and take it. You see only 2 shots less, but when you've given away so many goals in the beginning of the game, those 7 goals were just insurmountable by the end of it, and it just ran out of time. Played at the same level as Offset in the end there, but you know, when you got to be playing 3 times as well as your opponent, you just don't have enough time to do it in a best of 3 like this. It has been Offset taking 2 games to 0. Hemflo showing some mechanical skills and certainly some patience, some ability to shake it off, but not fast enough. Offset is going to be going through to your first semi-finals and taking on Joshua.
Yeah, Offset just showed that mechanical skill. Hemflo, unfortunately, was lacking in the patience and wasn't quick enough to figure out Offset's game plan. At the end there, you saw him crawling back and like fighting for it, but he just couldn't figure it out in time, and it cost him.
Indeed, unfortunately, a way that no one wants to go out, but we need to be able to do that to get through this, guys. It is a single elimination tournament, and so one mistake too many can cost you your entire life in this tournament. And that's what it has for Hemflo. A great play so far, and I'm keen to see more of him in the future. Our next game, though, going to be going into the Joker versus CryptQ. Guys, we're going to jump into that. That is our second game and last game of the first round. Then we're going into our semi-finals, so don't go anywhere. We're just going to be setting up the lobby. We will be back in just a couple of seconds. Oh, apparently we're ready already. Nice, guys. So we're going to be bringing you that Rocket League action straight away. Don't go anywhere at all. Looking at what we saw in the first game, do you recognize either of these names, the Joker or CryptQ?
Yes, I have played with CryptQ, actually been training him for this event in particular. Ooh. I've also played with Joker, a really well-known friend of mine and really good Rocket League player. So these two are, in fact, I feel like rivals, and they are fighting for this win, and this game will actually be really interesting.
I like it. So, from what you've seen so far, do you have a favorite? Do you have a reason for your favorite?
I think I'm going to go with Crypt. He seems like the more solid-headed player on the field, and at times can beat the opponent and feel like he weathers the opponent down really, really early in the game and gives them no chance to come back. So, my money is on Crypt.
Right, it's very interesting to see that. 2-0 scoreline or 2-1?
I'm going to have to go with the fans and 2-1. Give them more Rocket League, yeah. I feel like we're going to cost third game series.
I always like as much Rocket League as we possibly can get, guys. So we're going to be jumping straight into this game now. CryptQ versus the Joker. You have your money on CryptQ. I don't know either of these players, and so I think I'm going to be watching the Joker to see what they can bring out in this. Obviously, CryptQ favoring that Fennec, the ever-present sign of Rocket League these days, replacing the Octane. The Octane comes out victorious here. Joker does push it towards the blue net. CryptQ having to rotate around, and Joker not wanting to overextend, so has the time to do the challenge, and now has another opportunity. In fact, going to get the 50 from CryptQ as well. Has to meet this underneath it. Gets a nice touch to keep possession. Doing a nice bit of boost management. Chips it up high. Goes over the top. Goes too far away from the wall. Had CryptQ beaten. And still pushing it towards this blue net.
Joker looking for an offensive touch here to put Crypt in an awkward position, but Crypt does not bite for it as he clears it back to the orange half, giving Joker a lot of work. Very good clear here coming out from Joker. Crypt in a very awkward spot here, but manages to make the save of Joker's shot. Crypt taking it up the wall here, looking for a touch. Plays it very far to the left here, probably away from Joker. Joker getting a really good clear here as Joker will snatch both 100 boosts from Crypt as Crypt struggles to make a save. Not very potent of a clear, but it will get the job done as Crypt has to defend again.
And both of these guys great at their rotations back. having a good idea of what they need to do on these rotations. And on these defenses, now Kripke misses both of the boosts, meaning that it has to abandon the ball for just long enough for the Joker to come through. Joker and Kripke meeting in the center. Kripke going to come out above, doesn't manage to find the back of the net. Going to be able to get a chip here, tries to find the backboard, doesn't manage to do it, goes underneath. Joker, can he get the bump? No, instead he flips the wrong way, goes the other side of the ball. Does get a nice bit of boost though to be able to carry on with this possession. Be able to pop it towards the center. Still both of them managing to defend their net. It's almost 2 minutes in and we have not seen a goal yet.
I'm seeing very head-to-head in this game. Both players not able to score here. Both players very equal on this pitch, showing each other that they want this first goal. As Joker will come on top here and just completely beat Crypt to the ball. Joker going 1-up in the match.
It's that slightly lackluster attack coming out there where neither of them is able to get a turnaround goal fast enough normally to be able to sink it to the back of the net. The soft shot came out from Kripke, was in the right idea but doesn't meet it as it bounces the ground, and so just pushes it towards Joker. Joker's able to get a good enough touch to commit to the momentum from Kripke, and now a nice shot comes through. Joker having all the space on the left hand side of the field, puts it center crossbar and in.
Joker simply just seeing the open net there, the opening. Crypt going from back post to front post. If he had stayed back post, he would have saved that no problem. But Joker sees him going front post, so he's like, easy opening. He sees it, he snipes it, he hits it, and 2-0 up in the match for Joker.
Amazing how we went through so much time without any goals, and now we're looking for more. Joker could actually carry on with this. Doesn't have the boost to really control this up, but doing very well with no boost just to get it nice and high, make it difficult for Crypto to defend. Crypto does take possession, but in a very difficult place to try push it out. Now it's going to go back towards the neck. The bump on Joker is there, but can he get around it? Does very well to slow it down. No boost, drops it instead as well. Joker now going to have all the boost advantage, gets a flick onto it, doesn't manage to get enough under it to get it up and over Crypto, but still starving him of boost. Crypto finally going to be able to pick it up, and this could be the chance for him to get it out.
Joker still looking here for a third goal to his name, as Crypt will have only 22 boosts as he gets this clear, giving possession straight to Joker, who still has also the 100 pad there, and goes for the wall shot, leaving space, so much space open as Joker sadly does not get the shot. Crypt scurrying for this save, gets the 100 boost and is finally safe. For how long, we do not know. Joker still on the offensive here, gets the 50, sadly cannot punish Crypt for his mistake with the 50 there, as Joker will continue to keep possession to himself.
You know, Joker is one of those take as many shots as possible kind of people, you know, spray and pray, because I've seen a lot of attempts coming out and not very many of them finding the back of the net. But when you're taking 3 times as many shots as your opponent, eventually you're going to get them. Read it off the backboard, read it off the sideboard, do whatever you can to get it close to the goal, and then one of them will eventually find the back of the net. 3 goals so far have managed to in this first game, and Crypto just unable to turn that pressure around.
Joker just overpowering Crypt at the moment right now. Joker hitting a total of 6 shots and 3 goals. Crypt 1 shot, 0 goals. That kind of tells me something in this game. Joker is just the arsenal heavy machine gunner right now, and he is hitting his shots.
Oh, Crypto does very well to go underneath the bottom of it. Doesn't manage to get the first touch on it, but has the presence to put it in easy backboard read. Passes them to himself and sinks it in there. So still some life in this punishment of the aggression. So still Joker needs to be careful. You can only get so many of these shots wrong before Crypto going to be able to find some space. And with a minute left, does have time now to secure the scoreline back to it. And this is how you want to do it. You want to get yourself a very easy kickoff goal. And we're back down to a single goal lead.
As I say, hit your shots. Crypt never ceases to amaze me, and he has just put 2 goals in the back of the net here. He is definitely showing some life here. 1 minute, 1 goal, definitely possible.
Right, so you said Crypt had a very good chance at this, and so far showing that they're not out of it just yet. Now we're going to see Joker coming down very deep in the blue half. In fact, pushing from the opponent's wall makes it a very difficult shot to come to, and actually gets knocked out of position. Crypto, this could be the third, and Equalizer is going to manage to come around and get the angle and slots it in the back of the net. Joker just extending maybe a little bit too much.
Crypt just getting in the head of Joker there, bumping him, just messing him up, making sure Joker has no idea what is going on and cannot get back to his own touch. Crypt just punishing. 3-3 in the series, 45 seconds left as Crypt loses the kickoff to Joker. Could this be a kickoff goal? Crypt does not seem to have the time to get back, and Joker will punish him for that mistake.
Really nice. As soon as it comes off very high on a wall like this, you know it's going to be bouncing towards the center. And you've got to be able to pick it up on your first touch with a decent bit of power. Otherwise, your opponent has that extra 2 seconds to rotate. If you mess up any of those steps, then you got no chance. But Joker making no mistakes this time, managing to get that 1-goal lead back up. And going to be looking for a challenge off the wall here. It does manage to secure the boost. Pops it off here. Going to try and follow it. Is going the long way across. And so CryptQ going to be able to survive that.
That was very good possession and control from Crypt, getting a 50 off Joker. Sadly hits the backboard and cannot get the second touch to put it in the back of the net here. Joker on a heavy clear, sadly misses the second touch here, giving Crypt possession, and Crypt has enough boost. Is it fast enough? Joker cannot get back and Crypt will equalize. 12 seconds left in this match.
Joker went for the risky play, and CryptQ does a great job of both saving the goal, putting it into a good position, and getting the car rotated around enough. And that 1 second difference, managing to level it out. We could be looking at our first overtime already here.
Crypt definitely biting back in this match. He wants this win as badly as any other player here, and he is proving to Joker that he is not going out of this yet. 1 second, and Crypt will put away. Shovel dirt. He has buried Joker for game 1. Can Joker make a comeback in game 2?
Oh man, Joker, you could see, thought there at the time that even if something went wrong, it was worth going for the attempt. If you get the 50 your way, then great, you get the goal. If it doesn't go your way, it's just going to trickle down and there's going to be no time left. But CryptQ managing to get it high enough and bouncing high enough that it floated in the air for enough time to beat the buzzer, gets in underneath it, flicks it into the goal, and takes our first game. And this was considering he was 3-0 down halfway through this game.
Comeback goat, definitely. Crypt. It makes me happy to see this guy win. That comeback was insane. It was just crazy. Very well played to both these players. They really put up a good fight here.
All right, so you said Crypt had this from the beginning, does manage to come out, but a little bit surprised by Joker and the skills that they're showing here.
Very surprised. Crypt is using a lot of possession here and he's trying to bait in Joker. Joker pretty much doing the same here, but not getting the 50s that he really needs. I see Joker he's winning these kickoffs, which is very beneficial in ones, and it needs to happen. Crypt really needs to fix his kickoffs here if he's gonna splash Joker out of the water, but Joker really putting up a fight here and keeping Crypt from splashing him out the water.
I like that analogy, splashing them out of the water, because if one person takes it away, it really can feel like a tidal wave. We saw it in the previous one where there was a 7-goal-to-1 advantage in the previous, where their Hemflow had so much work to do, it almost felt like they were swimming for their life. CryptQ going to come through with a great flick here to start us off 14 seconds in. Manages to pick it up nicely from this wall, chips it just enough to get underneath it, baits it out, and has an extra touch to finish it off. So CryptQ looking to carry on with this momentum that he built up.
Crypt looking like he's playing CSGO there with a nice little bunny hop, gets a flick and the bounce, looking really cool, really fresh mechanics. Simplicity is key. That looked really clean as Crypt has another opportunity to put it away, and Joker sadly getting blown out of the way here, does not find the touch, and Crypt is 2-0 up in the second game.
Man, Crypt actually jumps this as it comes off the wall. Joker is in a great position, covers probably about 80% of the net there, and Crypt managing to, at pace, find the one spot that was open. That was a beautiful read. That was a beautiful shot. You can't get it much more cleanly executed than that. And Joker now, and suddenly under a large disadvantage, going to give this one away as well. Has to make some work backwards. It's going to bounce off the wall. Not far enough for Crypt to be able to take it. Is going to favor the ball over the boost and just decides to retreat all the way to the orange half. Joker going to be looking to try and put some pressure on here for the first time, but has to shut down the possession first. Instead, lets it fall all the way. CryptQ just dominating this performance for now. Rolls it up towards the center and a nice clear. Joker not out yet though.
Crypt definitely being more of a patient player in this game. He is toning his aggression down a little bit. He knows when to challenge, which is very good from him right now. I am seeing that he is winning a lot of these kickoffs and these 50-50s, but he manages to make a goal line save. And he gets possession of the shot from Joker, which will leave Joker's net open, but Joker manages to get there and give Crypt some false hope, as Joker will try and find the shot here, cleared away from Crypt, as Crypt has an open net to shoot at, but manages to miss, as Joker will try get the boost and the clear, but sadly only comes out with the clear.
We see the attempt at the air dribble doesn't go through, and that committing into the air means Joker's out of position again. Crypt going to come out here. Really was very close to putting it in his own net previously, but the patience that you talk about comes out and waits for Joker to overextend slightly on his rotation. We talked about how important those wall shots were going to be, and this time Joker doesn't manage to get that hard enough hit to send it to the backboard.
Crypt winning the kickoff here, definitely. I'm seeing a lot more aerial plays, only a little bit though. Not as much as I would like to see with like fancy mechanics and all that, but that'll probably come in the later pulls here, as Crypt with a 3-goal lead, not giving respect to Joker, and Joker will get one of his own.
Crypt really wanted to push it towards the side there, but just gets it on the side back of the car, and that pops it straight up, and Joker goes, all right, I'm going to follow you, I'm going to shadow you and make you play in uncomfortable space, and that uncomfortable space came earlier than anyone could have hoped, or at least Joker could have hoped, managing to execute it well. Crypt not going to pick this up straight away, instead going to favor the boost and gets punished for it by a quick takedown by the Joker. Joker doesn't have a lot of boost, but has all the time in the world to plan their attack. Decides to not go for the boost.
Joker tried to go for a flick there, but I think he turned too far left and lost possession of the ball, which is very unfortunate, giving Crypt the opportunity to get the 50, and now a missed shot from Crypt gives Joker the boost advantage. And Crypt has to figure out how he's going to clear this, not to give away possession, and he does really well here to clear it, as Joker scurrying back to his own net, has low boost, but manages to make the best of the moment, as Crypt here only has 96 boost, more than enough to get a shot on net. Joker sadly out of position, too slow for the power put on that shot, and Crypt 4-1 up in the second match.
This came down to Crypt managing to bump Joker off the wall, sends him the long way around. Joker comes back and tries to jump for the demo to get in there and take out Crypt, because Crypt had realized how far out of position Joker ended up after that first challenge. Now Joker's got an opportunity towards the center of the net, needs to take this, and does, to stay in this competition.
Joker definitely being given the chance and not messing it up here. He knows how serious this second game is. It's kill or be killed in this game now. This is his final lifeline, and he will put that goal in 2-4 in the series. Let's see if Crypt can keep this scoreline, or if Joker can come back and we get a game 3. I'm really hoping for a game 3 here, as Crypt tries to take a shot, but sadly misses the ball. Joker having all the time in the world and the boost. Crypt being put in a really awkward spot here, not having the boost. Joker trying to play mind games here, as Crypt will win the 50 straight into the blue half, looking for boost. Sadly can't pick up the 100, so he has to make work of what he has. Shoots very high. Joker getting a demo though, and it's out. Joker looking for a very good clear here. Crypt favors the boost, but gets a clear though, and it's back to the blue half.
Crypt made a very interesting decision there, spawned in, and with Joker on the attack like that, most people go straight towards the center, and Crypt nearly getting that wrong. Joker, one more clean hit, would have had it into the back of the net. Now decides to pick it up, tries for the flick, gets shut down. Crypt going to push it all the way, and that 50, going for that, saved his own life and turned it around.
Crypt just seeing Joker's every move here. Joker not making proper contact to that flick. Cost him a very big margin there. 3-goal difference now for Crypt. Crypt just dunking it straight into the blue net.
And that means it's even harder now for the Joker to try to come back, and Crypt, they're just going to really cement this lead here. 4 goals now with that kickoff goal. That's where he wants to be. Dominating the first game, really good to come out there. I wouldn't say dominating, actually. It was a very close scoreline with just a 1 goal at the end. But Joker this time not even close to where Crypt is at.
Yeah, Crypt definitely rubbing salt in the wound on that one. 6-2, 4-goal difference. He is just making it a nightmare for Joker to come back here. As Joker looks for possession, Crypt not refusing to back off here, as he has an open net and has the boost, but gets a bomb. He's very low on boost here. Joker has the advantage, but does Crypt play patiently enough? He gets a demo, and he will live to see another day. Crypt looking for possession here, as he'll get a big clear and an air dribble coming out from this man. Does he get the double touch? Sadly not. He'll clear it for Joker. Joker will steal the boost, and it's on the offensive to the orange side.
It was such a great attempt for an edge roll and a perfect time for it as well. Manages to get up. Now Crip's going to have another opportunity. Doesn't need it to secure the victory, but every second that he spends in the blue half is one more second closer to victory for him. Gets a Dutch towards the center, manages to pick it up, and without the ball even touching the ground, gets underneath it and into the back of the goal.
Crip just showing why he's the better player in this game. Getting that pre-flip, touch, dribble, flick into the net. Joker could not do anything there. 7-2, 30 seconds left. I don't feel like the comeback is going to happen.
That's what you were talking about. Oh, come on, Crypt. Are you going to go up for this? Is actually going to be in position. Going to jump for it. Does manage to curve it around. Hits the backboard, hits the top bar, and gets fended off there. Joker managing to do enough in the rotations back. Now Cryptq still, this relentlessness that you were talking about previously, goes for the spin in the air. Doesn't manage to get the touch. Forces Joker into the air as well. And the pace, the fact that he's constantly trying to push forward, constantly trying to make opportunities, just means there's nothing for the Joker.
Yeah, Joker's been hitting this wall. He's been kicking the door. He's been throwing explosives, but this wall just doesn't break. Crypt, I see Joker getting one goal to pad his fall. 3-7. He still doesn't come out on top. Crypt winning game 2 here by a fair margin.
Well played to both these players. Certainly both of them showing that they can score goals, but Crypt coming out so consistent on this, managing to keep up the pressure constantly. 11 shots for himself, nearly double that of the Joker. And that sort of onslaught means that he's able to just get so many goals into the back of the net and shut down any sort of attempts. Just keep the Joker from making any shots because he's just so busy defending all the time. Guys, we are going to go through to a quick 5-minute break. When we come back, we've got the first semi-finals, Joshua versus Offset. We have not gotten to see Joshua yet. And then, of course, CryptQ going to now be advancing through to take on Atom in that second semi-finals. Then just after that, we've got the finals. Don't go anywhere. Go grab something to drink if that, but make sure that you're back for all the rest of the action here in this Twisted Minds 1v1 tournament. I'm Ultras and bring you this action is Lucid. We cannot wait to bring you more, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Twisted Minds 1v1 tournament. We are through to the semifinals. It is our second day of the weekend. Our next one going to be coming to you on Tuesday. Last night we saw some great action, and tonight it has not been a disappointment. Disappointment, has it, Lucid?
Definitely not. We are seeing players of the middle skill tier of this tournament, and they are still blowing my mind with the consistency, the mechanics, the ground plays, the aerial plays, as we saw from Crypt there, getting kind of fancy on Joker, not giving him respect with the aerials, and managing to, I think, score probably 1-2 aerial goals, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's been prevalent the whole way across the field. We've seen some great aerial saves on the reverse, as people are rotating back. And we've seen, I think the big difference from what we saw last night was the fact that these guys are putting so much pressure on the other person. Normally you just have like one attempt at goal, then you rotate out, go back and try and defend your own goal from the other person. And it almost becomes a game of tennis. Here the guys are right next to each other. This is Mario Kart, basically, where you're sitting on the guy and one little mistake means you can run him off the road, push him into a corner, get the demo, get the bump, or just get the tiny little touch over the top of the car. And those turnarounds are coming so quickly. That's been able to determine this so far. We are going to go into our first semi-final now. Joshua taking on Offset. Offset doing a huge amount of work against Hemflow in that first round. And talk about someone who can get all the different mechanical skills together in one combination.
Yeah, for everyone tuning in, we have just witnessed a 2-0 sweep from Offset versus Hemflow. The Joker and Crypt Q just played. Crypt winning 2-0 over the Joker. We are now commencing to Joshua versus Offset. Two really good players in the community I've heard so far. Joshua being a high C2 ones player. He's going to definitely bring the fight to Offset. Offset being a very solid ones player, knowing his boundaries, knowing his flicks, his consistency, his aerial capabilities. This is going to be by far probably the most interesting game tonight.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see. We're halfway through the tournament, guys. So it's only going to get better from here, hopefully. Joshua, not proven just yet, does have a little bit of intimidation, I think, going against Offset. If you was watching that first game, certainly someone I'd be intimidated to play against, because you know that if you make a mistake, then he's going to be able to turn that around. Took a little bit of time to warm up in the beginning, missing a couple of open goals, but really cemented that foundation, was able to shake that off and just warm up well enough.
Offset definitely playing the better game against Hemflow, proving that he is a very solid ones player. I feel like Joshua is going to really need to play consistent if he's going to have any chance against Offset. My money here is on Offset. He is definitely looking like the stronger player so far. I haven't seen Josh play ones yet, but I feel like Offset's going to be more consistent.
Okay. Offset is going to join the game here as the clock starts us off in our first semi-final. Joshua comes off a little bit worse, does manage to get the boost, and Offset again straight away not giving Joshua any sort of space. Now has to rotate back. Joshua going to be able to get one more touch, gets it up, doesn't get it over Offset, and careens into the back of the net without the ball, meaning Offset gets the demo, going to be pushing it straight towards the net. That's all the touch that they need, and Joshua goes first, 1 goal down.
Offset just waiting for Joshua here. He knows what he's going to do. As I said, Offset, the more heavy-minded based player on the field. He is here to stay. He sees every little mistake and he will counter on it. As Joshua there tries to steal the 100 boost and gets demoed by Offset. Offset just had enough speed. As Offset here winning the kickoff straight into Joshua's net. I saw him. He saw that 100 boost and he was like, ooh, shiny. He completely disobeyed the ball and tried to go for those pads, but he still couldn't get back in time.
That rotation has to come out instantly. Offset managing to get the boost and get that extra little bit of shot. Doesn't always come down to kickoffs, but if it comes down to a close game, then every kickoff counts. Offset again on the attack, just pops it up very slowly. Actually going to go over underneath Joshua. Joshua looping around that wall, and 3 goals already. Offset off with a vengeance here.
Offset definitely making it very hard for Joshua to make any comeback in this so far. 3 goals down. Joshua looking like he really needs to find himself here. As he's on the kickoff, he'll get a solid kickoff against Offset, winning it straight into the orange half. Offset not finding a touch there, not finding the boost. Joshua will easily capitalize off that and hit it bottom left corner. 3-1 in this match.
Oh man, Offset, you could see exactly what it's trying to do. Trying to pick it up there, roll it towards the side, go get the boost, and then take it up and over the top of Joshua. But Joshua just hanging around, putting that pressure means that Offset gets the miss, and Joshua instantly capitalized. No chance for Offset to try and get around now. And so one goal goes towards Joshua. Can't always rely on that. But Offset actually going backwards towards his own net, trying to take it across around. Going to be able to pick up the boost this time, and Joshua's still staying very, very close.
Yeah, Offset here looking to bait in Joshua. He knows Joshua is a very aggressive player, and he knows what Joshua is trying to do. He's reading him very well here. Joshua still putting up a fight to keep it into the orange half here, as Offset will get a flick. Joshua playing it very high here, not able to get the 100 boost on his own side. Joshua needs to make work with 24 boosts here. Offset not relenting, still trying to keep up pressure where he can, and the 50-50 will go in favor of Joshua into the bottom right corner of Offset's net.
Oh, that's very nice by him. He had on top of his car, but Offset was too far away, and so he realizes he can't go forwards because there's no boost. He can't go backwards because there's no boost. He either needs to cut it out early and try and get to the other side of the field, or make something happen. And just the angle of his car above there, getting that height, means it's just able to bully it in there, and so manages to get that one goal back. Joshua's actually in a really nice position to try to turn this game around.
Joshua definitely making fight in this game here, and he is showing, sure, you score 3 goals on me, but let me score 3 right back. And he's really showing that, getting the boost here and Offset, just a maniac, man, swerving through traffic here, does not obey red robots, and he will get punished. Security cop, ticket, 200 fine. Joshua will run it in the net. Offset, it's 3-3.
That's got to be the power of the Fennec right there. Just the bigger body, more solid, being able to bully Offset off there. And Offset we talked about how closely they're shadowing each other there, maybe a little bit too close, and great bit of patience coming out from Joshua to be able to turn that around, just be able to find that small little gap. And once he had him beaten, especially on the boost, he could play around with it as much as he wanted. He's going to go for the double touch off the backboard now. Gets it very high, reads it very well, but a great clear comes out from Offset. It's bouncing high towards the blue net. Offset turns his car around, maybe not wanting to do that, had the opportunity. And with it being an even contest so far, I think Joshua's going to be very happy with how this has turned out so far. Not going to be able to pinch this back and towards the center, but still sticking around.
Offset manages to get a 50 there, but goes in favor of the boost here, as Joshua will get the fortunate boost spawn here, looking for a flick, base it under Offset. Offset luckily gets the touch to play it away from Joshua. Joshua still gets possession though. Joshua looking for a little play coming on here. He tries to go for the double touch, but Offset says no and clears it very far away, as Joshua needs to scurry back, doing the, I don't know what recovery that was, but Joshua here looking very lost in his own net, as Offset nearly got the demo there, stealing the boost, not giving Joshua any time to do anything. Offset here bumping Joshua, making him feel threatened, but Joshua still gets possession of that. Offset with the bump. I don't know what's going on here.
Man, the two play styles coming out from the two different players in such contrast of each other. Offset going for that super fast play, has got the demo, pushed it towards the net, but Joshua going to be able to respawn in time. Still has another shot to fend off. Offset making a miss. Joshua going to be pushing down towards the other side of the field. And the patient play that Joshua has shown, just holding on to all the boost that they can, just slowing it down if they need to, manages to pay off eventually and takes the lead.
Yeah, this game has been so neck and neck. It's been a nail biter, 3-3. Time is ticking down. Time is not your friend in this. One player needs to win this. And sadly, Offset did not have the touch he needed there. And you can't be doing that against a player like Joshua. Joshua is a very consistent, high-ranked ones player. He knows his game. And Offset, being also a very incredible ones player, needs to know how to counteract Joshua's playstyle here. And it doesn't seem to be working very well, as Offset here trying to get the clear, needs to tone his aggression down just a little bit and play more of the Offset we saw in game 1 here. Joshua looking for the wide approach here, gets the 100 boost and the clear. Offset will luckily pick up that 100 boost, keeping position very close to himself. Joshua in a very good position in the clear, manages to make the clear, gets demoed by Offset, still gets the boost. Offset looking for a fancy little touch here. Sadly puts himself out of position. Joshua with a mega clear here. Joshua sadly cannot follow it up as Offset gets the good clear.
Oh, another shot though comes out and Joshua manages to find it. Offset was charging back towards the net, doesn't manage to get the angle around it, and the pop out from the side there. Offset again, just trying desperately at pace to beat his opponents, but not managing to keep control of it for long enough, and Joshua just times the attack so well. He's able to now go from that deficit that he was in at the beginning of the game to taking the same goal lead here for a second.
Offset looking to get another goal back. He's showing Joshua that he's not out of it just yet. Joshua going for the fast kickoff, Offset for the slow one, and it seems to play out in his favor. 5-4, 42 seconds left. I feel like Offset can make a comeback here.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's the nice thing about those kickoff goals going in so quickly, is that it's able to turn the mentality around. Wow, that has got to be one of the fastest kickoff goals that I've ever
Joshua
seen.
says
Just
no.
112 Ks
no.
an hour. No. He just pushed that straight in there. That is a calculated team pinch if I've ever seen one, because wow, I don't think that ball even touched the ground as it went from the center.
Joshua says, if you're gonna go slow, I'm gonna go faster. Faster than the previous kickoff. And he just nailed in the coffin as Offset gets demoed. But sadly, Joshua cannot defend that. And Offset will get another goal. 1 goal difference, 35 seconds left. Can they do it?
Man, the psychology coming out from these two in terms of these kickoffs, the mind games, both of them slam on breaks there just before making contact. And so both trying to find it out. That's 3 goals from kickoffs in a row. And both of them realizing how important these are. This is going to go towards the center. Josh has got an opportunity to set this in stone and does manage to find the back of the net.
Yeah, Offset sadly could not find the touch here. He realized that he made a big mistake there. And then he wanted to go for the boost, but then saw the shot and he had to get back. Sadly, Joshua in the better position, getting the counter and in the back of Offset's net, as Offset here on the kickoff against Joshua. Joshua with the Fennec comes out MVP here. Joshua gets the boost and gets the 100. Joshua looking to play down time here, as Offset will give away possession to Joshua. Joshua makes sure his tank is full. You know, you love that 100 boost. Offset looking here for a shadow play defensive wise, and he plays it very well. Offset looking to fake out Joshua here. Joshua does not get faked though. And I feel like Joshua will secure game 2.
That was great heads-up play at the end there. It was exactly like you talked about, that complete slowdown of the play, buy out those last 40 seconds, got the kickoff goals they needed to be able to take that out. And Joshua going to be able to come back here and take our first game. Offset obviously coming through from that first round, had the advantage and would have liked to keep that going on. Certainly showed off, and Joshua very happy with the fact that he is 1 game away from the finals.
Joshua playing incredibly well. Really incredibly well. He is proving to Offset that he is better. He is just playing the better ones game right now. He's more solid. He's more consistent. He's beating Offset at his own game where he needs to, where Offset can't do anything about it. And it's really working. This is fantastic Rocket League right now.
And you can tell by the fact that we have such high score games, is the fact that they are finding that pace, because you can see there's long periods where they're going back and forth, but then you get a flurry of goals just as the skills come out and as those kickoff goals become more important. The more goals you got like this between 2 players that are showing such aggression, the more you can see them just making space and making opportunities for themselves. Even with aggressive plays like this, the demo comes out, he pushes towards the center, gets the touch before the respawn, and Offset off to a good start.
Offset first to score here off the demo. Great boost still as well, making sure his tank is full. Enough boost and enough speed to beat Joshua from that spawn. 1-0 up to Offset.
Alright, so Joshua goes down early. Used to playing in a position behind from the beginning of the game. Could actually turn around straight away. Flips the wrong way. Flips the right way, but just times it wrong, I guess, as he misses that shot going towards the opening. He's got another attempt here, gets it on the top of his car, wants to get a good flick, tries to pull it towards the center of Offset, turns his car around quickly, gets past Offset. Offset's nowhere to be seen, but still manages to make the save on the goal line, nudging Joshua out the way, and hasn't even got an opportunity to score for himself.
Joshua trying to do something very fancy there. We saw him try the 180-degree flick, sadly bouncing off the ground and not making contact as Offset got the bomb. And Offset will run that into Joshua's net. I don't know what happened here. Oh, so Josh lost the 50 and Offset just walked straight in from the possession. Well played to Offset, 2-0 up.
Yeah, it popped out very, very high into the center there, and Joshua trying to clear it out, realized that if he can get a good touch, it sends it a long way down the field. But Offset turns it around, and without the greediness of going for the goals, again, Joshua going to be struggling to find the back of the net to secure a pretty open goal there. Could have a better opportunity now, though. Offset still constantly on his case, and this is what is very different from that first game. It's just the fact that Offset seems to be the one dictating the pace of this one.
Yeah, definitely. Offset is busy at knocking on the door, and Josh just he's not ready for it. Offset is just demolishing Joshua in his own game here. He's just outplaying with the speed, bumping, just being where Joshua isn't, and Joshua just isn't ready for what Offset has to bring. As these two square off on the kickoff now, 3-0 up, 3 minutes 38 seconds left. Offset winning the kickoff by quite a margin here. Looks for the small pad just to have enough boost to take the shot, but he sadly misses as Joshua gets bumped by Offset and doesn't get a good shot. Offset managing to make the clear but gets demoed. Josh getting the 100 boost, having the open net. Does he take the shot? He gets the shot, and Offset sadly cannot 50 that. Joshua gets one goal back.
Man, Joshua actually took a lot longer than he needed to on this one. Trying to line it up really nicely. Offset nearly manages to get back. But again, the demo is just putting on pressure and just opens up that field for a good 3 seconds. Gives you so much time to work with to turn it around.
Joshua here winning the kickoff. Offset getting the 100 boost, getting possession as well. No,
Yes.
Josh getting possession back. Bottom right, sadly not. Josh gets the demo on Offset, giving him so much time. Offset goes for the boost instead of the net, and Joshua will capitalize 3-2 in this match.
It looks like Offset just thought Joshua was going to be rotating all the way around, and then as Joshua cut back in towards the center, Offset should have had enough time to get back there, but gets greedy and gives away another goal lead. This time, Joshua again being able to come back from behind and level it out and put the pressure when he needs to.
Offset getting a really good possession there off the bump from Joshua. Gives him possession to shoot far right corner. Josh does not respect Offset whatsoever, and Offset will capitalize off that mistake and get another goal.
A long way around from Joshua. Joshua just not getting there in time. You know, one more second that he could shave off that rotation could get him back in towards the net. Offset wasting no time to be able to slot that in. That's where his skill has come from, and he might be able to slot this one in as well. Has to read it well, gets a good touch, finds the backboard, but he's pulled out. Joshua Offset with no boost, gets a flick towards the center, is still in a dangerous position, manages to pick up the corner boost, and now it's up to Joshua to try to clear this with very little resources. It's not going to go very far, and Offset going to be able to take another attempt here.
I like what Josh did there, where Offset was threatening his net. Josh had zero boost, but he did the best that he could there, and he just sort of shielded his net from Offset and bumped him away. Offset had the boost advantage there, but Joshua just said no, and he held Offset away from his net. Very well played there by Josh. Josh looking for the offensive here. Offset getting a weird little pinch, not really going anywhere. Gets a mega flick, pushing Joshua back. As Offset says no, and shoots it off the wall straight into Josh's net.
Man, this is what the power of these wall plays is, and it's one of the biggest skills to try and get right before you try and air dribble or anything. It's just hit the ball exactly how you want it, sideways. Because if you can get there, if you can get the ball, it bounces out like that, you're going to catch your opponent at midfield, be able to put in a shot, and they're going to have to do a miracle level save to try and be able to shut that down as they're rotating back. But that quick shot, that beautifully placed shot from such a high position is going to be a goal 9 times out of 10.
Offset definitely seeing where Joshua was, and he was so outplayed there. Oh, and Joshua still answering back. 2 goals different. Offset just not respecting and going for the bump. Sadly did not work in his favor. Joshua just pops it over Offset, and that is 5-3 in this game.
That's such a nice little float. You tuck your car underneath it and then just slowly lift it into the air and keep pace with it. That's such a bit of mechanical skill that's come out there to time it perfectly. Slows his car down, slows the ball down as well, just to be able to keep control. Now Offset going to be trying to flick it back in towards the center. Dumping boost, but it's just going to be to sail overhead as Joshua pushes it a long way down the field. And there's nothing Offset can do but watch.
Joshua just coming back from his vacation in the plane on the landing strip. It's wide open. Just rolls it straight in the net. Offset nowhere to be found. 5-4 in this match. 1 minute 37 left.
You know, we've got to see something coming out here. We've got to see something break because, of course, this is the second game. We already have a game advantage, and so with it being just one goal in it, it's going to literally make the difference of a bitter defeat or a comeback.
Joshua definitely. Offset was digging the grave of Joshua, but didn't kill him just yet. His arm reaching out of the grave. This man is making a comeback. This is insane Rocket League at this point. Do not count any of these players out just yet. Joshua looking for aggression here. Offset not respecting it. Not happening. It's not happening here. Offset getting the shot. Joshua, great clear. I see the pace picking up from both of these players as Offset is taking it away. Looking for possession. Joshua hot on the tail here. Giving respect to Offset. Looking for one touch to throw Offset off here. Offset does not get thrown off here. He goes for the possession. Tries to look for a dribble. Sadly gets possession again. Joshua having to make a diving clear. Offset with a shot. Sadly goes wide.
And Offset just desperate to try and get something in here, but throws them almost hopefully at the nets, trying to get past Joshua. And Joshua just constantly goaltending beautifully means that he's able to stay exactly where he needs to. And so Offset not managing to get anything out of it until eventually he sends it to the far side. And now he's going to be trying to make more attempts. Again, pushing this one high, going to be trying to meet it off the wall. But Joshua is the gain there, able to shut this down. Now Joshua's going to be in a good position. Shoots it a long way downfield. This is how important wall shots are. It's going to come off the backboard and Joshua misses. 16 seconds left on the clock and Joshua would have loved to have set that in. But the bump, it's actually going to be the pull shot. Goes towards the pinch, comes off. Offset now has an open net. He manages to get the shot. 6 seconds left. Offset stays alive in this competition.
Offset just holding himself in this game, not letting Joshua bully him whatsoever. He keeps his mentality at the max, foot on the pedal, gas meter full, and he just runs it in. 5 seconds left. Can Joshua make a comeback from this?
Oh, Joshua!
I feel like they're throwing. This is good. They want to OT. They want to OT.
That's got to be, right? Offset kind of faked forward, tried to rotate back, and then actually has just turned completely sideways, meaning he can't get to that top right-hand corner. And beautiful play by Joshua to just put it exactly. He's going, all right, if you're going to give this to me, I'm going to put it in the back of the net. And Offset could have lost the chance. And Joshua, of course, with this having one game advantage, could have just bought the life and take this 2-0 still.
My soul cannot handle any more of this. We have overtime. Joshua in orange, Offset in blue. Let's see which player comes out victorious in this match, as Offset looking to pressure Joshua off the start. Joshua getting full possession there. I don't know what Offset was trying, but Joshua 18 seconds off the kickoff, and he will come out victorious of this match.
Man, Offset going for a cheeky. I don't know if it was supposed to be a bump or just cut through, but misjudges the time, gets too close in there. And after having basically secured this game with a few seconds left, doesn't go for the kickoff, gives away the overtime, gives away an 18-second goal, and gives away their life in this competition. It is going to be Joshua going through to the finals.
Apparently Offset's internet died there on that challenge.
Oh no!
I think that's why he didn't challenge too well. But well done for Offset. He really pulled his socks up in this game, as of Offset beating him to every 50 and every challenge, and not having the respect needed here to beat Joshua at his own game. Joshua still pulled up and he still came out victorious. He played great Rocket League here.
Man, and with him having to have won through that first set, I mean, he did play Hemflow, and while that was a 2-0 sweep, it was still a tough contest. So for Offset to lose it like that at the end from internet dying and in the last second, when he legitimately had secured the game, it was going to be very difficult for Joshua to be able to get some sort of 50 out of that and sink it into the back of the net. And so an unfortunate turn of events, the drama that is South African Rocket League, guys. This is what we're here for, is being able to take it to the overtime. Joshua going through to our finals, and he's going to be taking on the winner of our next game, CryptQ versus Atom, in our second semi-finals. CryptQ having come forward from taking out the Joker. Atom coming through from the forfeit from Arceon, being his debut in this tournament. It's going to be interesting to see who can secure at least that second place. Right, guys, we are going to go to a quick 2-minute break as we set up that lobby. Don't go anywhere. 2 matches of Rocket League left for you tonight, and then a whole of Tuesday still of the upper league. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Twisted Minds 1v1 tournament presented and casted by MLGC eSports. As we've seen, Josho, it's always good to have a broom in your inventory and in your arsenal, just sweeping through the competition, as we've seen him beat Offset in a 2-0 sweep. This is some great Rocket League. I am joined here by Altruism. How are you doing, Altruism?
I'm doing very well. I've enjoyed the Rocket League so far. The drama that we had in that last game. Oh, I feel so sorry, actually. I really do. Offset just losing his internet at the last second and losing the semifinals as a result. Guys, this is, of course, Pool 2. This is our mid-range competitors. This is Champs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, this is Champ Diamond 3 to Champ 2. Yeah.
Right, and then of course, guys, we're going to be bringing you Champ 3 to Supersonic Legends on Tuesday. I'm excited about that as well. For now, though, we do have Crypt Q versus Atom Crypt Q coming through the first round after beating the Joker. Means that very warmed up and certainly a good character to show that aggression that we've been talking about, that both of these two players, or all the players, in fact, today have shown very, very well, that need to stick on your opponents and how well they can break through with even just the smallest of touch.
Yeah, I've noticed that there is some rivalry between Atom and Crypt Q. This is going to be a winner-takes-all match, and these players are going to play to the very best of their abilities. As I know, between these players, they really want this win badly. So I am very excited to also see this match. This is going to be a heads-up match.
This is kind of the make or break match as well for all the players, because after the semifinals, you're secured at least some sort of prize pool, and being able to say, you know, I came second in the 1v1 tournament is a really big thing. But saying I lost in the semifinals, even though the numbering is not too far off, you can still even take third. It's not the same. And so I think both players definitely want to win this, want to go through and secure themselves at least second place and go through to the finals, maybe have that confidence. I certainly think CryptQ has that confidence after coming in from the first game. All right, so CryptQ and Atom going to be taking on this. I'm excited. Do you have any predictions here, Lucid?
I feel like since Atom is a very aggressive player, he's not going to respect Crypt as much. And Crypt being that player that can weather down the opponent, as we've seen here in the Joker versus Crypt match, where Crypt beat the Joker 2-0 in a sweep. He really has shown me that he is here to stay, and he's going to definitely come out on top of this game.
Should be interesting to see. Of course, guys, still best of 3. And so there's every opportunity. We are going to see Atom on orange and CryptQ joining on blue. It should be interesting. 2-1 or 2-0?
I'm gonna have to give it a 2-1 to Crypt. He just seems like the stronger player in this match due to his playstyle.
You did back Crypt earlier, and so far it would be the first 2-1 that we would see today. All of the games have been 2-0s, so certainly we've got some good players in here, but amazingly, the previous one was Offset got 2-0 in the first round and then lost 2-0. So a weird staggering of the skills here as we see Atom dropping down in front of the blue goals. Could make the first attempt of this. CryptQ doing a good job to shut that down. Just the slight stalemate as the two of them face off across the 100-yard pitch.
These two players definitely shaking off the nerves here in this first game, trying to fill each other out here. As Atom gets a nice flick, Crypt will deny any evidence of that ever happening and boom it straight back to the orange half, as Atom here will waste 30-40 boost here to get that aerial. He manages to make the save. Crypt not relenting here, bumping Atom, but Atom manages to get the 100 boost as you'll try baiting Crypt. Crypt not wanting to challenge and overcommit there. Crypt being very wise with that 50, going to the blue corner as Atom will secure another 100 boost. Crypt bumping Atom, making Atom use his boost. Atom looking for the demo, not respecting Crypt's positioning at all, and he will walk it into the net. Crypt will give him the assist.
That was brilliant heads up play. Just realizing that when the ball's in a corner like that, you're not going to be able to take a shot. The best you're going to be able to do is maybe roll it up the wall, try some flick shot towards the center, but much more often, you're actually just going to give away position when you're ending up with low boost in the back of their net kind of thing. It's a really difficult position to make anything happen from. And so he goes, all right, I've got 3 options. Try force something, try rotate back, or get the demo, get the goal, and follow it up with the second one.
Crypt not respecting the position of Atom whatsoever there. He threw himself at the ball for the 50, thought Atom was going away, tried to get the boost, and just noticed that Atom had a wide open net to shoot at. 2-0 up for Atom.
And that ball ricocheted off the wall so fast, and Atom didn't have a lot of time, but manages to turn the car around. And this is going to be a booming shot from the other side of the field. Sinks it there. We talked about how important power shots are. Get the basics and get the lead.
As you saw in the previous pool, a lot of power shots and bangers coming out. And definitely Atom wants to show himself in this game. He's showing Crypt that he's not scared of him. And Atom is definitely proving his point here, that he is a better ones player so far in this game. I may speak too early, but there's 3 minutes 20 seconds left. Crypt may have a massive comeback here as he looks for possession in the mid, getting the ball up the wall here. Atom slowly backing off here, giving Crypt some respect and recognition that he is there. Atom looking for the bump, gets a bump on Crypt, steals the boost. Crypt is home away but misses the ball as Atom will try and demo Crypt, as Crypt has to fight to keep the ball out of his half. Atom manages to get the demo and will have an open net to shoot at.
Man, these demos coming out from Atom, even when he's not wanting to make something direct happen, when the ball's not going towards the net, we're trying to rotate out, he just goes for those demos and shuts it down. And there, the lucky spawn on the other side of the map means that CryptQ now goes 4 goals down, and Atom going to be feeling very confident, and that confidence and that mentality, just they keep swinging more and more, especially when the way you're losing goals is from the demos.
Yeah, Atom definitely getting heavier with the demos, trying to wear down on Krip's mentality here, making him feel like he doesn't belong on the field in a sense where that's very vital in ones. You've got to break your opponent mentally, and that from Krip there we see it. He's not scoring the open nets, but he beats Atom to the touch. Atom going flying like a firework, and Krip will get a goal back.
And such a nice, just above this, and still manages to keep it on target without pushing it to the side there. Crypt didn't have the best opportunity, or had the best opportunity the first time and puts it wide, but still managing to cut it off and makes it harder for himself, turns it into a 50-50, and now slows it down.
Crypt getting possession of that 50 from Atom. Wanted to slow down the play, see what Crypt's thoughts were there. Crypt getting a good 50. Yeah, Atom on 0 boost. He needs to find a way to get out of his half before Crypt challenges. Crypt picking up 100 boost. I think he's set on boost as Atom will get the lucky 50-50 in his favor and score the goal of Crypt.
Nothing lucky about that. That was just a great flick. Just pushed it at such speed and such a low arc. Crypto cut across and Atom reacted within milliseconds. So I don't know if he pre-jumped that and was a little bit of luck, or if he just saw that, reacted on the 0 ping to SA servers, which is beautiful. You train on European servers, your reactions get pretty good.
Atom getting past the possession in the middle, flicking it very high, giving possession to Crypt, but wanting it straight back. Crypt not giving it back and getting the 50 against Atom. Has an open net to shoot at, but Atom is just the faster player. Gets possession, has the open net. Crypt with the unlucky landing here, doesn't have the boost, tries the 50, but Atom will come out victorious in that challenge.
Man, Atom just flew off that wall so well, being able to follow this, and Crypt was chasing the whole way. So nearly cuts it off there. I think it was trying to get some sort of backflip at the right time, or even a side flip to push it wide. But Atom just takes the advantage. 6-1 now in this one. Huge plays coming out from Atom, and so far very little response from CryptQ.
Yeah, Crypt definitely needs to change his play style here if he's going to have any chance. He needs to start adapting. 1 minute 20 left. It is definitely possible if you do get kickoff goals here to maybe in a sense bring back the comeback here. But Atom is just making sure of no chance of that, as he has 20 boost here, looking to clear. Crypt just gives away an open net, and Atom is free to score another goal. 7-1 in the series, 1 minute left.
You know, Atom's not needing to play fast. He's got control, constantly got control of it. He's able to push it. He sees the ball come a long way away from Crypt, takes control, waits 20 seconds, and then gets one pop. He doesn't need to try and rush his mechanics. He just does his mechanics at the right time.
Atom looking like he's gotten in the head of Crypt here. Crypt not wanting to drop out of this game, but cannot seem to find anything. He needs to find something in these few seconds to pad his fall, bring some momentum into the next game here. The Atom is walking away with glory, but as I say that, Crypt will get a second goal. 42 seconds left.
That's a really nice play from Crypt. Just reads it off the sidewall and catches Atom a little bit backwards there. I think Atom getting a bit aggressive now with that Brazil scoreline. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Still, Crypt's maybe wanting to just use these last 40 seconds, shake off the fact that you're trying to win this, and just try and figure your opponent out. What is going to work? What can I get away with? And what am I being punished for?
Yeah, Crypt is definitely... He's definitely figured out a sense of Atom's playstyle. He just needs to find the right arsenal. He needs to get the right weapon to fight the end boss, you know. He needs to figure out how to execute this way of beating Atom, and he's figured it out. Nevertheless, I can see that he's figured it out, but he needs to execute, and the execution is just not there. And Atom will walk away with a 5-goal lead here in game 1.
No, 100%. You say it right there. He's not sinking the back of the net. He's beating Atom on a couple of attempts, but there's just no follow-up. There's just no goal coming out at the end of winning the play. And that's what it takes in ones. You know, you got to rely on the fact that once you've done the work, you get the easy part right. and just nothing of like that coming out from Crypt Q. Crypt Q now 1 game away from being dropping out of this tournament, and Crypt, I think Atom going to be very happy and looking very powerful. I think if he does go through to the finals against Joshua, he's got a very, very good chance from the way that the confidence he's gained out of this first game.
Yeah, Atom definitely walking away with the confidence of game 1. Crypt feeling soul crushed there, losing by 5 gold difference. But let's see, maybe he brings it back in the second game. Kickoff going in favor of Crypt. Crypt looking to be a very aggressive player so far. Atom using his boost to clear it away, puts himself out of position. Crypt manages to get the 100 boost, but Atom is still hot on the trail here, trying to keep Crypt from scoring that goal, as Atom will pick up that 100 boost. A bit laggy on my screen. Atom doing something fancy with the flip reset. Crypt still getting the touch. Open net for Crypt. All he has to do is walk in, and he does. Atom will get punished for that. 1-0 to Crypt.
Atom had made the opportunity, pops it up into the air, nearly got the second touch, but overshoots and resorts to trying to get off the tires to slow it down. Slow enough for Crypt to pick it up, push it towards the side, and then one important hit. You know, that's not something you can slow down, pick it up on your car and dribble out. Otherwise, your opponent's got the time to rotate, and you have to win the fight all over again with some more mechanical skill. Just manages to hit it once, really nicely, really powerfully, and really accurately across the other side. And it's going to be a nice position for Crypt. Has to be worried about Atom shots. Crypt doing a good amount of goalkeeping. Mustn't push out too far. Crypt, Atom still going to be able to loft it in the air over the last man. And Crypt just didn't have the long play to wear out Atom's offense.
Yeah, Crypt just not respecting Atom's positioning there and the boost he had. Crypt, I feel like he should have just played it way more patient. Should have just sat there and rather waited for Atom to make a mistake here. And Atom, speaking of Atom, he makes the mistake, but he manages to recover for it. Atom not finding the clear, but gives Crypt false hope and makes it clear, getting the 100 boost and the bang. Crypt manages to make the save, really good touch by him. He gets the 100 boost. Crypt is starved here. Atom gets the 100 boost again. Goes for a fancy play here. And this time he's got to hit it, and he does. Crypt fails to make the save, and it's 2-1 for Atom.
There is our first proper real air dribble coming in here. Just realizes that Crypt is pushed up too far, lifts it up and carries it at a height that Crypt cannot attack at any stage. Anytime Crypt does that, it's just going to go over his head. And so Crypt's constantly just trying to backpedal, but not being able to do anything with it. Such good play from Atom and such great mechanical, probably the best mechanical mastery that we've seen so far in this tournament.
Crypt getting possession of Atom's touch. Crypt going for an air dribble of himself here. Very good car control here, as we see. Atom just denies it. He's like, I'm the only one here that can do fancy things. And he will put it in the back of Crypt Q's net.
And that's the difference between both of these players can air dribble. That's very clear. But the fact that Atom did it when his opponent was out of net meant there was no save. This time Crypt Q tried to shove it back. Atom had rotated enough that it was able to get not just the save, but the clear enough to be able to sink the goal as well. It's the timing on when you choose to use the different parts of your arsenal. A power shot is just as good as an air dribble, but at a different moment.
Yeah, Atom here definitely walking over Crypt. Crypt definitely demotivated after that air dribble. It was such a good shot from him, such good car control. And Atom just said no. He dunked him. That's the difference between these two players. You need to know when you can go for those fancy players. You need to be able to pull them off, like we saw Atom hitting that fancy 6-touch air dribble into the net, out of reach of Crypt. Crypt still though looking for the comeback here in this game. Atom trying to pull off some fancy air play here. Crypt does have the boost advantage and possession advantage. Atom picking up the 100 boost pad, getting the 50. It's centered very high up. Atom will manage to get the touch and get another touch, sending it on net. Crypt with a great demo, getting the 100 boost, keeping possession and pushing it to the orange half.
Gets the flick. He's going to be able to meet this on the ground. Is going to read it as well. Nice turnaround from Crypt to be able to turn that save into a quick attacking opportunity.
That was a very good 50 and very good patience from Crypt. Just outplaying Atom. Atom not having the ability to get a very good 50 from the positioning of Crypt. And Crypt just running it off the ceiling bounce into the net. Really well played from him. Crypt winning the 50 here against Atom. Atom hard on his tail here. Not going for the boost, but instead the shot does not seem to hit it. Crypt clearing it away, doesn't do a very good job since it's straight back to Atom. Atom does not have the boost for this, uses all his boosts, he's stuck on 0 and is forced to retreat for 100 as Crypt goes back to his own half and secures his mentality here to push for the next play.
Nice attempt to get it up and over, but just when you get that single shot, this a nice turnaround chip shot coming out there. Crypt reads it very well. Atom managing to put some pressure and is going to use that save opportunity to try and turn it around. Pops it towards the center. CryptQ's got an offensive opportunity now. Going to be a little bit far forward to make any more out of it right now. Just looking to get some control, get some boost back up. But Atom is close on their heels. Crypt doesn't have the boost, but does have the positional advantage. Could turn this into a shot. Gets a nice touch. Atom coming for the defense means that he's able to turn this around, and Crypt couldn't find anything in the amount of time he had.
Crypt did very well there to clear to his corner. Sadly, he does not have the boost. Atom looking for another demo here. Really trying to run down Crypt's form here as Crypt is looking for boost. He doesn't have any. As Atom will get possession here and go for another air dribble. Tries to get the 50, but Crypt gets a great 50 against his 50 and gets the good clear. Crypt banging it, but giving possession straight to Atom.
Here
Atom
it is.
has the open net, but Crypt manages to make the recovery and get the bump on Atom. And Crypt just has the momentum to send it home, but sadly misses the open net. As Atom will have the perfect positioning to send that through. Gets the double as well to put even more momentum behind that ball. Crypt with a bad clear here. Atom literally trying to get as much pressure onto Crypt as he possibly can.
Oh, come on. He's so close to executing these different opportunities, and this should be a much closer score line here between these two, even on the favor of Crypt. So a nice attempt there, not managing to get the flip reset on this. And again, Crypt has an open net, isn't going to do it, manages to get one more touch. This time manages to salvage out the first missed shot, and CryptQ making this much harder, and now maybe running out of time to keep making these mistakes near the center of the net.
Yeah, Atom definitely. We've seen him play more aerial game out of all these players of tonight. He is definitely showing that he has the mechanical skill here, and he's doing these ballerina touches in the air. Crypt getting one goal back after about a minute, 2 minutes. He 4-4 in the series. I speak too soon. I thought he was out of it. 33 seconds left. Can Crypt get a game on his side?
Man, he just slowed it down. We've seen it a couple of times from Atom, just giving the space to Crypt. And this time Crypt manages to get that on top of his card, gets the one flick that he needed. And so it's going to go down to the last 30 seconds. Last goal could be the victor here. Atom obviously wanting to pick it up and secure that place in the final. Crypt, though, fighting for their place in the life. It's picked up by Atom. Atom just going to leave it to roll back. Instead, resets, leaves it up to Crypt to try to do something from the corner. Gets it nice and high off here. Could read it off the wall towards the center. Instead, going to meet it on the ground. Goes underneath it. Going to instead resort to just getting the boost. Atom maybe putting on the last offensive opportunity here. Crypt going to roll it up very high. It's going to make it very difficult. Atom is going to come back in. Is going to take the shot. 1 second left. Instead, going to pick it up on the roof. This could be the end of it for Crypt. Crypt does enough to stay in this, and we are going to go to overtime.
Second overtime of tonight. Crypt is coming out with the 4-4 against Atom. He really wants to win this. He is one game down in the series. It's always good to go down 2-1, then go down 2-0. As I say, the sweep always feels bad, but Atom here looking for control, but Crypt just knocks it away as he's trying to fight for this last goal here. He only needs to score one goal as he gets the demo on Atom here. He has time to put this away, but a fortunate spawn from Atom puts Atom in the best position to save that as Crypt gets the 50, giving possession away to Atom, and Atom gives it straight back to Crypt. Crypt unfortunately wanted to go for the shot there, but the ball bounced on the wall, making it impossible, and Atom will get a massive clear, sending that towards the blue net, but sadly cannot put it in, and Crypt will have the runaway breakaway goal. Is it in? Crypt, we go to game 3.
Man, I was thinking from the time that we came in that Crypt basically would have one open net opportunity and had to make it count because Atom was going to turn around that pressure so fast. Atom does manage to do it. He's a little bit over ambitious though, coming forward there and trying to read it off the wall instead of slowing it down and just waiting for it to pop out for the better shot. And so Atom gives it away in the last few seconds of both the normal time and the overtime. We are going to a game 3. Winner takes all of this last one. Going to be taking us into the finals to take on Joshua.
Atom playing a very, very strong game there. He was set offensively and defensively. Not too many mistakes coming out, as much as the mistakes coming out from Crypt. Crypt shooting 8 shots, 5 goals. With the total, Atom 14 shots, 4 goals. Crypt was more accurate in this game and managed to prevail in the end.
It's going to be interesting how they can go through. I cannot wait to jump in here. One more game is all that it's going to take, and it's going to be about finishing off those. I feel like that's what's going to determine this for Crypt. Can Crypt get those opening opportunities and then make them count? Missing 2 or 3 of them like the last game is maybe not going to be enough. Might be too much for him to deal with in this game, and might be the difference between him actually managing to stay alive in this competition.
Crypt definitely wants to win this game and win those bragging rights. I know between these two players, the bragging rights is probably by far the most important to them in this tournament, and the skill on the pitch. I heard these players talking about each other earlier today, and they could not wait to show each other who the better player was on the field here. Crypt coming out with a good touch in his defensive half, Atom refusing to have it go further than him. Crypt getting a great 50 here. Looking for the shot, sadly does not sink it with the bounce. Atom gets a very good clear.
Gain an opportunity coming out here for Crypt, and it's going to be up to him to fend off Atom. Atom constantly showing new and different ways to innovate these attacks towards Crypt, and some of them too much for Crypt to handle. So far, he's going to have a breakaway. Has Atom managed to do enough? He rolls it onto the crossbar, and Crypt not going to follow this up. Atom, by the skin of his teeth, by the paint on his bumper, and by the fakes in his wheels, he manages to leave Crypt standing the wrong way.
Crypt unfortunately was driving on the highway. He did not dodge the can and pop them flat. He dodged the wrong time and wrong way. Sadly could not make a good defensive touch there, and he will cry to that goal going in his net. 1 goal up to Atom. Looking for another one, but Crypt comes back and he says, I'm not out of this just yet.
Such an aggressive position coming out from Crypt. Realizes how close Atom is and actually bumps Atom out the way. Atom may have been able to shut that down or turn it into a 50-50, but out of the play, Crypt carries up enough momentum to get the touch on the ball. And you know, this is just over a minute in, and both of them still showing that they want to be here, that they want to fight this out all the way. And Crypt Q going to be right back on the offensive. Takes a nice high shot. Well defended by Atom.
Crypt getting possession of Atom's clear there. Atom with a very potent shot here. It is on target though. Crypt does make a very good save here. Atom not giving Crypt any time here. Crypt nearly forced the own goal, could not find the save, and Atom will walk away with the second goal.
Man, that was a couple of great attempts here. The first long shot comes in from Atom. Then the second one leaving Crypt backwards. Crypt manages to slide it to the side. Millimeters more, and it would have bounced out fortuitously, but doesn't. Rolls up, comes off that crossbar, bounces towards the center, and Atom, 3rd time's the charm, manages to score it out and take the 1-goal lead.
Crypt getting possession of this kickoff here. Atom very close to him, looking for his 3rd goal here. He wants to pick it up as he goes to the air dribble. Sadly does not find the net here. Crypt trying to get a bump and do whatever he can, but Crypt just might score this. But Atom manages to make the break for the goal line and save it. Atom getting a very good clear here. Crypt just trying to do his best to starve Atom, but Atom gets a very good demo, forcing Crypt to retreat back to his own half here. And it's drawn in a stalemate.
Atom turned it around then with that bump. Oh, he gets it high. He chips it so well. Crypt is going to have to run around backwards towards it. In fact, going to have to deal with another one. Has pushed too far up. Luckily escapes this time as it pushes left. Atom still looking to stick around. Tries to get the bump or the pinch at least. Pushes it a long way across the field. Going to be able to pick this up. Is he going to go for another air dribble? He is. Launched off the walls on the wrong side of it. Goes for the flip reset. Manages to get under it. Is going to go towards the center. Yes, he even leaves it there, trickling in so that it officially is a flip reset goal here in our 2nd division.
This is becoming a car show or an air show right here, seeing Atom pull off a GC mechanic. You only see the pro players pull this off in the high leagues, but Atom never ceases to amaze me with his mechanical skill, and he manages to pull it off. Crypt not respecting him to be able to get that flip reset, that touch, and just throws himself at the ball, not seeming to make any contact, as Atom here refusing to give Crypt any breathing room after that puncture to the chest after that staggering goal, that flip reset, as Atom will dive it under Crypt and just take it straight the opposite way and put it straight in the net. Even the slow roller, the pain.
Oh man, it's 100% what you were talking about. The fact that he's not giving him any space. It's just, Crypt has got skills, but he needs the time to just get that right first touch and then follow it up properly. Not managing to find that first touch instantly means that Atom being able to shut this down puts on a 4th goal here. And I cannot believe it. Crypt, having fought so hard for that lifeline in the second round, is actually going to give this up as well. So it's going to go wide, but is now starting to fight for his life. A minute and a half left. Is Adam going to get the second touch? Does get a touch, but doesn't manage to curve it back in towards the net. And so Crypt has to take this opportunity. Has got the pace, has got the bump instead, and has to fight this out. Bumps Atom out the way, but Atom comes off the wall. Going to turn this around. This could actually be a goal coming down the other side. Crypt going to have to try something here. And still the physical plays coming out and determining these contests.
Crypt doing very well here to keep the ball out of his half and keep his goal side clean, keep his nothing in his net here. As he picks up the boost and catches Atom on the rotation, he will play it slowly behind Atom and he will get a goal back.
Atom has been flaunting it in front of his net a couple of times back and forth there. This time again gets to it first and wants to push it across. Doesn't get the hard touch they need, and Crypt constantly hanging around. That looming shadow finally catches up with him and sinks it. It's going to be a little bit more darkness here coming out for Atom, but still the light is, he's got the 2-goal advantage. He's got a single minute left. This could be close to a 3. No, instead it's just going to waste another 10 seconds and open it up for Atom. Still Crypt said no. Crypt has gone too far. He's overshot this, and Atom gets the ridiculously tight angle to send this goal back.
Atom just definitely being the better player, knowing and seeing Crypt's positioning, seeing what he can do and can't do, and he just sees the opening and he just runs it straight home. Atom in the lead here, 5-2, 48 seconds left. I'm not seeing a comeback for Crypt. Crypt needs to find something, and as I say that, he just gets flicked straight into the bottom left corner. Atom will be on 6 goals.
Man, that pitch from the corner actually even astounded Atom. He tapped in chat how he was buoyed up by that, you can see. And then the quick plays, the mechanical plays, going for those flicks super early. You can see the confidence that came out with that extra goal lead and following it up straight away. Now it's going to be up to Crypt to try to send a hard one. Shooting down takes a little bit long, and Atom is able to return around. Crypt still going to try and keep on this pressure. 30 seconds left. Has to do something. Does one thing already. Has 28 seconds to try and stay alive in this tournament. But 3 more goals is a huge ask against someone who's playing as well as Atom is.
This is very good control coming out from Crypt here. We see how aggressive Atom is, but Crypt just doesn't pay him any mind and plays it very carefully as he flicks. And I even saw him try to go for the bump there, because we've seen Atom just lunge himself in front of Crypt as he gets another kickoff goal here, and it's in. Atom seems to be running away with this game.
Yeah, that's it. You can see Crypt realized from the moment it hit the roof that he was never going to get back. Atom had the better positioning, and that's got to be the last breath out of Crypt Q. 22 seconds left, almost a formality. Still the wiggle of the tires coming out from Crypt Q. A little bit of life there. Could actually sink this one, and it's going towards the goal. It's going to sink in on its own. Crypt Q, is it going to be 3 goals in 17 seconds? Is this the stuff Reddit legends are made of?
Crypt definitely showing that he still wants this win. It may not be possible, but he is definitely fighting for it. Atom here getting sloppy on the kickoff, 17 seconds left. I don't feel like he has faith in Crypt bringing this back. But Crypt winning this kickoff, very dangerous. 14 seconds left. Can he do anything here? As it bounces off the wall, giving more possession to Atom as he rushes the challenge, giving Atom no space here. Atom fakes, keeps the net open. Crypt can't do anything, but sadly avoids getting scored on again by Atom. Atom does not walk away with that 1 victory goal.
Breakaway there, just such nice play from Atom, so consistent coming out there. Crypto not being able to exercise those all 7 shots there, but what a relentless onslaught coming out from Atom. He has gone through to the finals now to take on Joshua, and what a contest that is going to be, guys. Huge play, Crypto Q. Valiant play, showed so much skill in the first round, but just not able to execute it as well here in the second. Showed some life, put in those 4 goals in both of the games, and still had a lot of fun, I'm guessing. I hope they did indeed, even though they're out of the tournament now. Well played to both of these two. We have our finalists. We are going to be going through to that match in just a couple of seconds, guys. We're going to set up that lobby. Don't go anywhere. This is where it's all come to. It's going to be the most exciting action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is the grand finals here of the Twisted Minds 1v1 pool number 2. It's our last game for the evening, and what a game it's going to be. Joshua coming through with a 2-0 game over offset, and Atom fighting it out all the way to the third game against CryptQ, and then dominating with some insane aerial plays. Our first air dribble of the tournament, or of yesterday and today, and our first flip reset goal that came through. What a way to get yourself into the finals, and a pretty intimidating show here. And I think it should be interesting to see if Joshua can step up. Out of the 2 players I've seen so far, I would give this one to Atom.
I definitely feel like I'm going to have to put my money on Joshua. He's coming to this tournament off a forfeit and then sweeping one of the top tier best players in this pool 2-0 and making his way to finals. Easy peasy piece of cake. And CryptQ having to fight against Atom with a 2-1 defeat in the series. Atom really putting up a show here, but I do not think that he's ready for what Joshua has to offer.
I cannot. This is exciting, guys. This is now a best of 5, so it's going to be 3 games needed for either of these players to take it home. Winner gets 1,200 credits. Go spend it on something beautiful, maybe a little golden crown or something like that, painted fennec, if you are a lover of the classics. And second place, so both of these players guaranteed some sort of prize pool. Second place walks away with 500 credits, so both of them definitely going to be happy so far with their evening's work. But the difference in prize pool and certainly the difference in bragging rights is what it's up for here between Joshua and Atom.
Yes, two very, very good players, and this was by far probably one of the hardest pools with players. They neck and neck, and they have that skill level to beat each other. But I've seen some players that are, I feel like, supposed to win are not quite there, and they're losing, and it's just overall neck and neck. It's been an intense and insane series so far.
It has been indeed, and what a way. Guys, this is the sort of Rocket League that we are so excited to bring you. Remember, this is the middle tier, which is our Champ 1 and 2 players who've come through, and Diamond 3, of course, and you can see these players coming through. Of course, it only gets better on Tuesday when we bring in our Grand Champs and our Supersonic Legends with our Champ 3s to try to take that out. Some of the biggest names in Rocket League coming to you then. Until then, though, we still have the best players here, and of course, one of the best things about this tournament, this is a way for a lot of these players to get their first tournament experience and maybe even pick up a team for the VS Gaming League that is currently running throughout the year. Lots of action that's been coming out from that as we settle into our different pools. One of the biggest Rocket League tournaments of the year, of South Africa's history. And so many of these people, make sure to keep an eye on the likes of people like Atom and, of course, Joshua, the rest of the guys who've been playing here tonight. Lucid, very excited about this. You've said that you give Atom the backing as well. Yeah, score predictions.
I'm gonna have to go with a 3-1 for Joshua. I don't feel like Atom will quite be there to handle the pressure that Joshua's gonna bring, because Joshua so far has been a really good offensive and defensive player, knowing what he can do, what he can't do, and just completely destroying Offset at his own game. So I feel like Atom is not going to be prepared for that, and Joshua is just going to have a walk in the park.
See, you talk about how much they need to know what the other person is going to do. I feel like Atom was just so unpredictable in that last game. He showed so many different variations. When he slows the ball down, you don't know, is he going for a normal dribble with a flick at the end? Is he going to try and bounce it into the air and take a power shot? Or is he going to follow that bounce and try carry it the distance? All three of which take such different responses. If he manages to identify where you are in your positioning, if there is any weakness, are you facing the wrong way or are you pushed up slightly too hard? Then that's going to be a choice. And if he can keep performing those with consistency, it makes it very, very difficult to try and figure out what he's going to do.
True. I believe that Atom, he's a very good, consistent aerial player, and that will push Joshua to boundaries. If he can maybe outplay on the ground and get a nasty little flick and be able to just smash it into the net off like an aerial touch, it's going to make it very hard for Joshua to keep up in this game.
Is my Rocket League freaking out because I don't see Joshua in the lobby?
Neither do I.
Right. Guys, we're gonna have to quickly remake this lobby. So you're gonna have to just delay this for half a second. Just temper your excitement, let it build a little bit more. If you guys are sitting in chat right now, please give a shout out to who you think is going to come through with the victory here. Of course, a lot up for grabs, and I'm sure all of you have your favorites.
Yeah, Joshua seems to have game errors when he's joining the match, so both players are just quickly restarting the games, and we'll get you this action ASAP.
All right, let's see who you guys think is going to come in. Joshua using the best game in the car in the game. Chad giving some love out there, and so I'm interested to see how he supports his people around here. We have, of course, this is one of those ranks that has a lot of animosity between players. They're really trying to make it into the big time, and they're starting to get a lot of skill behind them. And so I think a lot of players have a lot to prove in 1v1. You know, so many people get called out for being boosted if they're playing as part of a team, whereas when they come to 1v1, it really is just you versus your opponent.
Oh no, I'm seeing the Scarab in the lobby.
Oh,
That's when you know Joshua is not gonna play games. He wants to bring his all here. Maybe throwing in a little troll here and troll there, but definitely champ to like champ 3, champ 2-ish is a very unpredictable rank. You never know. These players are capable of hitting crazy things that you'd only see GC. But once in a while, it's not as consistent as like GCs, but it's still there nevertheless.
man. A Scarab is if you guys are not aware, Scarab is one of the most unpredictable cards to use, and so it's one of the most unpredictable cards to defend against if your opponent knows what they're doing. The whole thing's a ball, so you turn the whole game of Rocket League into a game of snooker, and you can start curling it, you can start doing weird twists in the air. One of the fastest rotating cards. Of course, there is no real difference between each of the different cards in Rocket League. They all technically have the same acceleration and same turning circle, but it just feels slightly different because of the slight difference in the hitbox. And so if Joshua can use this, if this is actually a cupboard strat that he's pulling out now, I'm very excited, because you don't play Scarab unless you know what you're doing with the Scarab.
Scarab is definitely a very unpredictable car. If you hit it ever so slightly wrong, it could result in you getting a missed touch, not as much power. I feel like Joshua is not going to get as much power on his clears with the Scarab, because the Scarab just has this messy sort of, if I could say, messy hitbox. It's not quite there, but if you can pull it through, this will go down in 1v1 history. I've never seen a player play with a Scarab in a competitive tournament this big.
You're not wrong, actually. It would be our first finals in any tournament that I've casted. That someone would win with the Scarab, and so I'm excited. And I think where the Scarab actually has a lot of power is coming off the wall. We've said how important those are, and if you can jump off the wall and just throw your car as a cannonball at the ball in the center, it can get off a lot of power, because you don't have to aim for a corner or something. The whole thing's corners, and so you just launch this ball at the other one, knock it into the back of the net. It may be more difficult to air dribble, or even more unpredictable to air dribble, but I mean, what a way to do this. I'm wondering if it's just a joke and if he's going to swap it out in this game, but we're ready to go. Both of the players are in the lobby now, and let's get going. Joshua going to be going on blue, Atom on orange, as we go here into our first game of the grand finals for Pool 2. He is doing it.
Battle Bus versus Scarab, the ultimate showdown. Joshua versus Atom. Atom looking very comfortable in his Battle Bus, but Joshua sneaks in the soft hitbox touch of the Scarab, and he'll get a sneaky first goal here.
That was a nice little bit of curling around, and you see there he actually hits it with the back tires, but they jut out far enough that he still gets such a nice little bit of extra reach. Battle Bus, I've also never actually seen someone play with the Battle Bus in a competitive tournament, and so Atom making history already. Can he get the victory on the first one? Either way, this is going to be a historic moment. Atom coming through this time. The Battle Bus is going to be the one to draw blood.
Atom definitely doing very well to get behind this ball and put it in a weird position for Joshua. Yeah, the Battle Bus really has the solid hitbox, and Atom's going to be able to hit these boomers with ease. And he just has a very solid Merc hitbox. If you've ever played with the Merc, you know it just feels great when you play with it. So I feel like Atom's definitely very comfortable in this game.
You know what the Merc really does well? Oh, Joshua getting that flick. Picks it up onto that round top of the car, and what a way to do it. Very difficult to get the flicks with this car, but such nice control. Picks it up, and Atom, having pushed too far into the corner, is out of position. And so again, this back and forth play between the two players.
Yeah, you got to give your opponent respect no matter what car he uses. Josh making the worst hitbox do the best work here. Getting a massive flick here to outplay Atom with a Scarab. Have you seen these Scarab flicks before? I've never seen someone actually pull off a flick with a Scarab. That is insane. As Joshua here looking for more goals here to put on the Scarab.
There we go.
As Atom will go for an air dribble. Doesn't seem to make as much contact as he would like. Picking up the 100 boost, as Joshua will just shoot that at the orange net, and he will be victorious. 3-1 in this match.
That's the cannonball shot that I was talking about. Just launches it off the wall, jumps follow it, and just throws this big circle at it. And the one sphere collides into the other, back of the net, and Joshua being able to do that. Atom doing very well at attempting that air dribble, but when it goes wrong, just gets himself so far out of position that, ooh, slow play. Atom favors these a lot and just gives some time to his opponents to see what they can do.
They're going for the freestyle 1v1 here, I see. I wonder what the designers or the developers of Psyonix were thinking when they came up with the Scarab. Oh, let's make a car round, as Josho just smashes it into the net and does a cheeky little stall as a celebration there. Atom not able to get a really good clear here. And Josh is putting sphere behind sphere into the top right corner.
Oh, that was nice play. That air dribble actually caught Atom completely out of position. The fact that it didn't go in the first time was actually a little bit sad to see. And so good to see Joshua being able to still secure that goal. Atom not able to get it, has to try and fend it off that side wall. Obviously wanted the pinch to the other side. And again, Joshua going to be able to pick this up, gets the flick, gets it around Atom. And Atom just has no idea where this ball is going as soon as it gets on top of Joshua's car.
Yep, the Scarab flicks are just coming out victorious here. Atom is too scared. He doesn't know how high, how low the flicks are going to go because it's the Scarab. Its hitbox is very unpredictable here. Unlike the Barrel Bus, if you get a corner touch, it's probably about a 60km/h shot that you're hitting here. But Joshua just making it so hard for Atom to read anything that he's doing here. And he manages to get a massive clear here, going off the wall. Manages to get a little fake here. Atom does not fall for it though. Gets a good clear here as Joshua picks up the 100 boost. Getting the mid 100 boost as well. He is securing himself full tank of boost here as he tries to fake Atom here. And he'll have the open net. And it's 6-1 in this first match.
Man, 99% of the time you want to jump like this, like Atom, get above them, stop them from getting any flicks through. And even if they don't flick it at that stage, then they're going to go and just get a nice 50 on it. And when you're going with that Merc hitbox, the Merc hitbox is the best one for 50s. It's pretty well agreed upon. Of course, Joshua just going to do another one. Does he have the boost? He's going to get behind it, touches it in, Brazil scoreline. He's beating him at every turn. Go for the jump. Yeah, I'm going to have under you. Don't go for the jump. I'm going to go over you. Every step so far is controlled by Joshua.
Joshua just doing great work with the Scarab here. Atom says he's about to turn his monitor on. He's complaining about the hitbox of the car though as well. I don't blame him. Joshua making fine work of the car he has chosen. And coming out here. 50 Atom manages to get a good little touch here. Joshua going for another freestyle attempt here. Gets for the ground pinch, but Atom's there and just says no. As Joshua is drawn back as Atom gives him no space to get this clear. Atom looking on the offensive.
Oh, here's the jump coming out from Joshua, and then gets the backflip. Joshua going to be able to still tuck around, but a nice attempt from Atom. Had every chance, and this time Joshua going to be careening offside and is not being able to meet that on the ground before Atom's going to be there for the first touch. Atom slowly using the side big wall of his car to push it down towards him and gets too far, loses control of it. Atom's going to be there on the wall. He gets it towards the backboard. It is, in fact, dropping towards the goal. Is he going to be there to finish it off? Slow jump from Joshua actually gives Atom the opportunity, and Joshua almost playing with him now, giving him the opportunities to come in here. Joshua, in fact, rolling around in front of his net, still manages to get this. Is going to go for another air dribble. Manages to get the one touch. Going to get the second. Not going to be able to find the third one. Dropping out underneath there. And so Atom has the opportunity, but does nothing with it still.
Joshua giving us a little air show here, teasing us of his mechanics. Really good save though. Top of the top, what a save. Atom just cannot find the back of the net due to the brick wall of Joshua being here. Joshua nearly gets faked here, but gets a massive Scarab flick and a bump and a clear. Joshua just looking very victorious in this first game so far. Trying to get a 50 onto Atom. Atom just not relenting here. Just trying to steal the boost as well, and a demo from Josh will give Josh so much time for possession here.
And look at the freedom with which Joshua is turning this car around on its axis. Fakes it out towards the center, dives through, goes Atom, and Atom goes another goal down here. Joshua just being able to read this play from him so well.
I would actually uninstall the game if I was beaten by a player like Joshua with the Scarab. Like, that is just bullying as well. Atom using the car with the hardest hitbox here still cannot win a 50 against the Scarab. Joshua is, I feel like Joshua has closed this game out.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to get 7 goals in 1 minute here to try and just even up that. We do see Joshua managing to get the demo, and so gets the fortunate spawn as well. Just waiting for him to come back in and going to be able to get that second goal. It's just a consolation prize right now. And I'll be interested to see if Atom sticks with this battle bus. He's got the confidence, or it just resorts back to a normal car.
Yeah, Atom trying to do the slow roller, trying to give Joshua a really big blow to his ego there. Sadly, I don't think that's going to affect him. There's a 6-goal difference with 51 seconds. Joshua is walking to the bank laughing here. He's definitely won this game by a margin, and he's just styling on Atom. Atom manages to make a really good save here and gets the boost. Joshua is starved though. Atom has all the possession and the boost. Can he get a good flick going here? Joshua with the squishy save, sadly cannot muscle his way through Atom, and Atom just puts it in the back of the net.
I think Atom read that he was going for this and decides, the only way a squishy save works is if you flick it up into them and they come down onto the ball. He just tries to fit it in underneath it and uses that big flat front of the car to slide it in and bully it the last couple of centimeters in. And so a nice play. This one's also going to be able to be sunk into the back of the net. No, Atom goes underneath this, does bait out the save, but not able to turn anything from it. Still showing a bit of life, but you can see the bit of rivalry coming out from these two. You got to be happy about the amount of aerial play that we've seen so far. You wanted it, and Joshua is certainly not disappointed.
Joshua definitely delivering on the caster's thoughts here, and Atom just definitely not able to resurrect himself in game 1, but he manages. He's going to give us a show here. I don't know if he wants to go for an air dribble, but he's really proving his mechanical skill here by trying to keep up the ball. I don't know if he wants another goal here. He tries to pass it to Joshua. I think they wanted the last goalie here. Joshua has possession now, and he's going to dribble it. Don't tell me they're going to keep this up. Oh my soul, Joshua just showing off his mechanics, and Atom is just watching as this man ball carrying ball here.
This is incredible to watch, just the amount of time these guys are able to keep it up, and the respect from both of them to just let this happen. Atom could tackle this at any stage, but just letting Joshua prove how long he can do this. Joshua, in fact, is going to do a full lap of the field, turn it around, and get it into the back of the net. That was kept up for so long that it didn't even register Atom's touch. It was just given to Orange being the one to score. Oh, what entertainment.
This is incredible, Rocket League. Yo. This is an amazing match. It's only the first match. There's another 2 matches to go. Maybe a 4th match if one of these players can bring it back. But an 8-4 victory to Joshua. Definitely this is Rocket League at its finest.
Guys, if someone's sitting in chat, please clip out that longest dribble in an overtime, or at least after the buzzer. It was never going to be there to win the game, but a nice bit of sportsmanship coming out from the two. A good way for them to end off the first game, and it should give Atom a little bit of freedom to shake it out, maybe give him a smile instead of the pressure after losing the first game. So far, Joshua well on the way, though, to taking our 5-game grand finals. All right, so your thoughts. Joshua, definitely, he was your favorite from the beginning. I had a lot of respect for Atom. Atom still hasn't let it down, but I think I've got to give you your credit for recognizing Joshua's talents and the fact that he was able to get 3 or 4 air dribbles quite comfortably in there.
Yep. Atom he's giving respect to Joshua. Joshua is just more mechanical, and he's proving this that he doesn't need to, as we said, and Joshua just scoring a kickoff goal here. He doesn't need to show us that he can beat Atom with the basics. He's like, screw that, I'm a mechanical player. I'm just gonna style on you, and he gets some style points here, even with the fancy redirect off a kickoff goal.
And we do see Atom swapping back to that Octane, and so he's obviously taking this a little bit more seriously, but has no idea what's going on with the Scarab hitbox to the point where he can't do the kickoffs that he normally would. You know, it's all factored around basically meeting an Octane or a Fennec. Now Atom's going to have the opportunity, doesn't manage to get the dribble on the back of the car, just tries to go for a bit of a pacey approach, going to be able to get the second touch, so that's going to sink it in the back of the net.
That was really well played there from Atom, knowing where Joshua's positioning was, getting the ball and then insta-flicking, knowing Joshua won't boost over ball there or boost over his own net there. And yeah, Atom 1-1 in the second match.
Okay, so Atom is here. Joshua is still trying to be the aggressor as it comes out of this first corner. This could be a good opportunity. Joshua finds the angle, was up there with no boost, and it was cheeky enough to stick around and wait for this.
Joshua just mind gaming at him, yeah, letting him hit into his own corner and just not respecting him. He says thank you for the pass and just bangs it middle center of the net here as Joshua comes hard on this kickoff, winning with the Scarab hitbox, managing to secure the boost and the possession in center. Hits it away though, Atom does not seem to make contact here. Joshua with another air dribble, seems to get the double touch but not the goal. Atom seems to be kind of lost in his own net here. Managing to get possession and a shot, but it's wide and nearly goes in, but Atom gets the rebound and he will secure the equalizer.
Yeah, Joshua was aggressive. He pushed up there and knew his only chance on the way back was that it was missing. He was never going to cut off the first shot at goal, but tries to read it, tries to pinch it out, and Atom does well enough to be able to get that first shot just on the post so that it rolls towards center and finish it off. 2-2 is the goal line, already a little bit more or a lot more equal than our first game. It has, of course, only been a minute, and so there's still lots of opportunities. Joshua still hanging around with almost no boost, and going to be able to pick up the middle boost to turn this and still go for the 50.
That's him getting a banger towards Joshua's net. Joshua is there to save it. Josh gets the boost. Manages to have so much time and possession, but he go for banging clear and an air dribble. Atom sadly could not find the touch, and Joshua will dunk it straight into his own net.
That's a lovely play. I think Atom went up a little bit too early. He could have waited. Maybe tried to defend that closer towards his net after the next touch by Joshua, but tries to go up, gets into a good position, reads the first touch, and manages to save it. But the following cannonball that was Joshua puts it into the back of the net. Now Atom's lost his boost. He's lost the goal.
Atom just being front-footed and just could not find an answer to this goal. He missed the 100 boost. He thought he had picked it up until 2 seconds later. His brain realized it wasn't in his tank. Joshua will walk away with the easy goal right there.
Man, that's a devastating consequence, and Joshua now has another attempt. Could be putting this back towards it. Is going to pick it up. Gets the perfect power shot, and 5-2 is the scoreline. Running away like the first game.
I actually had faith that Atom would have a side in this game, but Atom is just falling apart here, and Josh is just beating him completely with these kickoffs and physical plays here as Atom manages to miss a kickoff goal in an open net here. Joshua will get possession, played very slowly, waiting for Atom to challenge. Atom manages to get a challenge. Joshua wanted a flick there, but couldn't get the proper touch as the ball had bounced on his car roof. Joshua looking to go for freestyle here. Sadly manages to miss the ball, but Atom also misses the goal, and Joshua will clear.
That's 2 open goals in a row that Atom lost there. He had the one on the kickoff. Now he's going to try and make something of this. He gets a great second touch. He's managed to finally find the back of the goal, but he's got to stop relying on having to make these opportunities over and over again.
Yeah, Joshua just being caught in an awkward position there. I saw on his player view, there wasn't much that he could do. He either had to pre-jump that or have a brick wall in front of his car to 50 that. So he tried his very best. Sadly, Atom had shot it over him. And Atom coming in with a play of his own, trying to get a fancy touch, and he gets the bounce and the great recovery over Joshua. Joshua sitting in net, waiting patiently as he gets baited in and loses it. Joshua will be kicking himself for that challenge, and Atom will walk away with 1 goal.
Really nice play. Most people are going to try and reach that off the wall and put over the top of you. But the slight movement towards it costs Joshua. It makes him dive out, and Atom just able to let it roll towards the center and tap it in. Very nice play to be able to bring it back with 2.5 minutes left. This is the chance that Atom needs. Has gone 1 game down. Of course, it's a best of 5, and so he still won't lose it either way. But actually, Atom, this could be the rollaway goal. He doesn't miss this time, and he does manage to even this up.
Atom scoring a 5th goal to the 5 of Josh. 2 minutes 25 left. I feel like this is going to get to a heated game with 1 minute left. This is going to be a really, really close and intense game here.
Amazing how Atom dropped so far behind and in a matter of seconds was able to shut that down. Joshua still looking to be aggressive constantly. Pushed it towards the center. Now going to try a wrap around it. Does get the touch. Does get the bounce towards the center and reads it perfectly.
Joshua wanted that floor pinch. I saw it in his Scarab hitbox. I saw it in his windshield. I saw him hit the ball like that. He did not get the pinch he expected, but nevertheless it threw off Atom. Atom could not do anything about it as these guys face off with the kickoff. 2 minutes 17 seconds left. 6-5 for Joshua. Joshua winning a massive kickoff here, and he will get another constellation goal here off Atom.
That's just turned around the other way. Joshua again coming out with these consistent kickoff goals. I must admit, the number he scored in here has even got to Atom. Atom cannot believe the difference in the hitbox that the Scarab is making, or just the way that they're playing. Now Joshua going to be given some space. Atom charging through, uses a lot of boost, puts himself very far downfield, and so Joshua's got a bit of space in the air. He's got one chance. Atom managing to come down behind it, but Joshua landing fortunately enough to not give up the long field.
Josh getting a fortunate boost spawn there in the mid, getting a 50 and losing to Atom. Yeah, Atom plays it to the corner, but he may have played it way too hard, and Josh just gets the demo ruthless as he gets the 100 boost and goes for another stylish play here, getting the air dribble. Sadly, it's not on target to the net, but Atom failing to get a proper clear here, but manages to not get challenged and gets possession as Joshua rushes the challenge, winning the 50 and puts it back into Atom's net.
Man, these 50s, he goes for it, and even if he loses the 50, by the time Atom is ready to make another attempt, he's rotated around to either make a clear up a tackle or just dive him 50-50 in the mid-range. And when he dives him like that at that pace, if he gets a decent connection on it and it pops towards the corner, that's just a simple tap and goal. So 1.5 minutes left. Atom going to have to take a shot, not hard enough to beat through Joshua, and he would have liked that if he was going to stay in this. So far, Joshua looking like he's going to be taking the second game as he goes for this ground pinch.
Joshua definitely coming out the more consistent player out of both these, and Atom just seems to be making so many unlucky mistakes that he should not be making. His head is scrambling everywhere. Joshua has just got him. The mentality game is coming through for these two players as Atom wastes all his boost to try and make something happen, but cannot, and Josh just gets the 200 boost from Atom, just stealing money from the bank account and depositing it into his own account here, just scoring another open net.
That's the difference between a person who relies on the mechanics and someone who just realized that. Even Atom going smart in the chat now, because he realized Atom was so far down the field, there was no boost that was going to spawn there. And so Joshua just starves him. He goes, the only win condition is for him to pick up boost and try charge past me and put me under pressure. Manages to shut that off before it even becomes an option, and then has all the time in the world to just be like, right, thanks, you're stuck there. I'm going to take the ball and go down to your side. Really good heads-up play from Joshua, and so the mentality just coming out here. Atom misreading these and not taking his opportunities is just going to compound that. Flick.
Atom just not being patient enough, not giving Joshua enough respect to let him play his own game and make his own mistakes here. As we see Joshua make a mistake here, and Atom is unable to punish because Josh is just too good. Man is just there for the 50 and beats Atom to the ball, and Joshua will take game 2 in a 10-5 victory.
That actually ties up our highest scoring game that we've had either yesterday or today. Certainly the highest one for today, and that comes in the grand finals here. Atom just not putting enough goals in. You know, it should be 3 more goals that set him up, because it's not just the 3 extra goals he has, it's the fact that he resets it and stops Joshua from making that into a turnaround. And so you deduct 3 goals from Joshua, you add 3 goals to Atom, and you're actually looking at a completely different scoreline. So far, Atom not being able to come forward though and take a game off. Joshua now a single game away from winning this grand finals for the second pool.
Yeah, Josh definitely with the 1,733 points, MVP, that gold medal next to his name with 10 shots. He's doing a great job in this tournament so far. As I said, it's going to be a walk in the park. Atom cannot handle Joshua unless he changes his playstyle and works on all the mistakes that has happened so far. He needs to definitely change his playstyle.
And look at that. That was 10 shots and 10 goals that he was able to do. He's just able to execute them so cleanly. Atom still had, I think he had 9 shots there and only the 5 goals. That's the difference. Is Atom's shots are not finding the back of the net. He's going to have to do something about them. He's got the skills. We've seen him be able to pull them off. But hasn't had no answer for this incredibly annoying Beetle that's had his move. It's had his number at every move, and it's going to have it one more time here.
Number 1 rule of ones, you do not challenge on the wall here. Atom going for a joyride, thinking Joshua is going to go for the air dribble, but in fact he doesn't use the wall, but he uses the ground, and Joshua will get the first goal of this game.
Oh, such a beautiful variation in pace there. It's great, I must admit. So that's the difference. Oh, now we see Atom coming back. He doesn't have the boost. Joshua does, and so again, that the amounts of resources allow you to do things. And Joshua gonna have all the time in the world. Gets the flip reset and nearly gets the second touch as he hits the ground. Still gonna have some time though, and is not afraid to go for these flip resets from the corner. Gets past it. Is he gonna have it? He does get the touch, and it is in.
Scarab is MVP. Joshua is just showing that he can dismantle the best of players with the worst of cars. He is making this hitbox just work for him. I do not know how. Somebody please get me a physics professor in here. I have hundreds of questions how this man is making the circular hitbox work against a solid hitbox like the Octane. Atom looking for another attempt here. Joshua manages to get so much possession here and a 50. Doesn't get the boost but looks for the demo as Atom steals 100 boost and gets the clear. Joshua is scurrying back to his net looking for boost here.
I must admit, I am a science teacher, and so I have a pretty good understanding, and yet he's still doing more than I thought was possible. The fact that he's able to get these cars up, I mean, I think it's not just the fact that he's able to curve the car in the air like he does. It's the fact that he's able to do it constantly. He is not afraid to go for air dribbles like that. Every time he goes on the wall, he's going, right, what sort of position am I in? I wouldn't be afraid to see him go from it here. In fact, he does. He goes up for this, is going to try to get in there. Doesn't have the extra flip that he needed to get it around. This time, going to try it again. In fact, pushes Atom back and he's going to let Atom take one shot, and now Joshua's got it measured on the other side of the field. Going to touch it off the wall, puts it back towards the center. Is actually going to go up for it. With that circular hitbox, he can jump from basically anywhere and still get the front of his car on it. Atom having a chance to turn it down to around the other side of the field, and this could be an opportunity. Nope, Joshua's up fast enough.
Atom getting bumped off Joshua's challenge there. Joshua picks up the 100 boost, looking for a touch here. Fake shot Atom, makes Atom go for a risky touch here and a risky clear though, but it works. Atom getting bumped and harassed by Josh. Josh is unrelenting. He wants another goal here. Josh taking a dribble, very risky in front of his own goal line. Getting the boost stolen from him, but still manages to stay with the ball here as he tries to get an aggressive push here. And Atom just banging it back to the blue half. And a shot to the far right corner. And Joshua sadly cannot save it.
Man, this goal wasn't even the last 3 seconds that were impressive. It was the fact that while tracking the whole way back, Atom managed to steal all the boost, which shut down Joshua in a bad position. And Joshua went up and committed all the way, thinking he could get a decent shot, but ran out of boost halfway. Then Atom turned it around and went, right, this is too far for you, my turn, and manages to turn it around and execute it. And we've said that Atom has had some problems in executing these open goal shots before, but doesn't make a mistake that time, and creates the opportunity, finishes off the opportunity, and gets himself back in the game. Now looking for an air dribble of his own. In fact, looking for the flip reset. He has got it, has got the extra shot. Joshua managing to save that just too low there for that to count. And Joshua now going to be up for this, going for the backboard read. Gets the angle with the help of Atom. How do we get both players doing an air dribble one after the other like that?
Atom going to the blue net, trying to do everything he can. Double touch does not succeed. Goes back to Joshua. Joshua does the exact same thing. And Atom ends up own goaling in his own net. This is the type of Rocket League we love to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Two neck-and-neck players playing insanely well, showing their potential, their skill. And Joshua nearly scoring another goal here as Atom got bumped, making his recovery back here. Getting boost, getting the touch, but a very bad one though, as it gives away possession to Joshua. Joshua gets the 100 boost, and is probably gonna look to play time here. I thought he was gonna bang it because I saw it
Oh.
open net, but the fake on Atom, the disrespect, and the 180-degree flick into his net. Joshua has destroyed this man.
Oh, you thought he was going for the flick. Atom thought he was going for the flick. Everyone thought he was going for the flick, and that's what he relied upon. The fact that he was able to actually turn that around, and with that scarab, he even turns the card so that it gives the impression of motion and doesn't let it go. That doesn't change how he's going to play around it, as we see Atom now with an attempt. Goes up very high. Joshua still somehow managing to turn to the right place constantly, and Atom, with any time he commits to an attack, Joshua seems to be there in exactly the right way with his car orientation. Now it's up to Atom. Atom pushes it wide. Again has the opportunity, and with a minute and a half left, this is what he needs to make happen, and it's just every opportunity going wide.
Atom seems very frustrated by the way he's driving his car. It looks like he's got road rage here, and I would do the same
Yes.
if I got scored on by a sphere, a literal ball, doing a 180-degree flick. That would have mesmerized me, and Atom just took another trip to the moon, and Joshua, the slow roller, will let it roll in. Atom is saying cry in the chat. I feel like he has sealed this game off. Atom just dismantled. He needs to reach a mechanic.
Oh, that is actually quite sad to watch the first time, and even more sad. Someone replay that with sad violin music, please. We gotta get some content editors in the stream here, because that is the way that Joshua actually just breaks the mind. We talk about the fact that you need to waste time, but that had nothing to do with waste time. That had to do with wasting away the last hope that Atom had. Atom trying to open the door back up, rolls it towards the center, isn't gonna even get it this time, and still. There's so much heartbreak here coming from Atom in this game 3 of the finals. This was Joshua taking it and just, dismantling it like you say. And going to even be taking him apart, take away the key piece of the defense and roll it in.
Atom just nowhere to be found after this bump. He just doesn't know where to be. I'm done. Joshua has won. He's sealed this game. There's no possible way unless a miracle happens. Atom needs to definitely suck something out of his finger here if he wants any chance of coming back here. Joshua is just too good and has broken Atom's brain.
Oh man, yes, 100%. And yet Atom, it seems, has had such good sportsmanship, just being able to recognize the skill. And I don't think that Atom could be faulted for too many mistakes. There are open goals that you got to be able to sink into it, but certainly the valiant, constant attempt of it. You just have to give all credit here to where the credit is due. Joshua coming through, not dropping a game out of both of his, coming through from the semifinals and making it count. And what a champion managing to come through. Atom, even though he lost 3-0, still going, that was fun, recognizing the skill, and just, I can see these two being good friends in the future. With the amount of respect that was earned and showed today. Joshua, congratulations. You are our victor, and you're going to be taking home the 1,200 credits for this tournament.
Very well played from both these players. Joshua not dropping a single game. As I said, in his arsenal, it's always good to bring a broom to a tournament. Man has just been sweeping his way through the competition, and he's proven to us why he is the champion. He has just beaten the second best player in this tournament 6-2. There is no competition for this man. He cannot be stopped. He is simply just too good.
I would love to see if someone pulls out of the Grand Champs level competition, if we could bring him in for that replacement slot, just because I think he could give so many other good ones players a chance, and certainly earn the respect. If I see him in future tournaments, I'm going to recognize the name Joshua, and I hope you guys are as well. Of course, if you do want to keep up to date with any of those future tournaments, make sure to jump onto the Rocket League South Africa Facebook page. Lots of information thrown out there about any tournaments coming up. Of course, also jump onto the Rocket League South Africa Discord, where any tournaments like this one are being announced. Of course, keep up to date with the MLGC committee. They have all their great socials. It's MLGC eSports on Twitter and Instagram. You definitely keep up to date with them. This has been the 1v1 tournament. Guys, this is still not even our last day. We saw such great Rocket League yesterday. We saw such great Rocket League today. Do you have any predictions? What sort of madness is going to come out on Tuesday?
I've got my money on Casper pushing up to semi-finals 1, and I've got Daisy. Daisy's going to play phenomenal Rocket League against Alex and Friction and Daisy. Those are the two players that we really need to watch out for. They are very good ones player. I think Friction hitting GC 1 Div 3 in ones against Daisy hitting also GC, so those are two very high level players, and it's just going to be amazing Rocket League, highest level possible on Tuesday.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Come through for that. Make sure to follow MLGC Crisis on Twitter, MLG Crisis 1 on Twitter for the links if you need that. We are going to be here at the same time, the same place on Tuesday for that. It's going to be very exciting. If you guys want to keep up to date with us personally, Lucid, where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me on Instagram at Lucid with 2 eyes RL.
Lucid 2 eyes RL. Most people have 2 eyes. I'm just saying. I am at Altruism. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube and on Twitch. I do some streaming myself, guys. That is us for this first tournament. Congratulations to all the players, of course, with our victor coming through there. What a phenomenal victory coming out from Joshua. He is well deserved taking home those credits. And guys, that's it. We will see you again on Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed your Rocket League, and we'll see you then.